And back on a chilly night in Dallas, Texas. Both these teams good against the Western Conference. Dallas 16-11 against the West. Portland 17-10. Time to get you the starting lineups. Brought to you by Clear's Superfast Mobile Internet. Terry and Kidd in the backcourt for the Mavs. Sean Marion, Dirk Nowitzki, and Eric Dampier inside at center. For the Trailblazers, starting five looks this way. Andre Miller, Bayless in the backcourt. Martell Webster, LaMarcus Aldridge, and inside Juwan Howard. Well, when we come back to Dallas, we'll get the keys to the game from Coach Rice and get things underway. In the first meeting in Dallas, Blazers held the Mavs to just 81 points, 20 below their season average, and they snapped an 11-game losing skid here in Dallas to repeat that feat. It'll take a big effort to be sure. We'll tip it off in just over 1 minute.
As an NBA player, I'm always high-fiving teammates and fans. But I can't let the flu sideline my game. So let's work as a team to fight the flu. Wash your hands with soap and water. Cough into your sleeve or a tissue. And if you're sick, stay home. And find out if you're in a priority group that should get vaccinated for H1N1 and seasonal flu. Oh, and about those high fives, maybe we start a new tradition, the Blazer Bump.
It's okay to analyze and be critical.
Yeah, people get so defensive.
What are the Portland Trailblazers? What do they want to be?
You have to calm down. You're not allowed to get excited.
It. Listen, I get it. It's not all about you, Bert.
I know it's not about me, but there's a part of me.
You just lit up like a Christmas tree. I am so excited.
The Fan with Isaac and Big Sook. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
Second meeting of the regular season, Blazers and Mavs here in Dallas. Of course, last meeting was on December 22nd in this building. Northwest Ford Stores, keys to the game. What are your keys?
Well, it worked last time we played. Keep the game in the 90s, but they're coming off a loss, Dallas, and they remember the Blazers beat them last time, so, boy, it's going to be tough to keep it in the 90s. Blazers shoot 46%. When they start Jason Terry, it's not their best defensive team, so you can shoot well against them. Somebody's got to make some shots tonight. Get 20 assists. It'll show you're moving the ball around, making Dallas play defense more than one pass.
Blazers had 25 assists last night in Houston. And for the Corona Coaches Corner tonight, we go to Monty Williams talking about, hey, stopping this little losing skid.
Well, we only did this one time last year, losing 3 in a row, and we've done it twice already. So our guys have something to think about. We have to remember what we did last time we played here. We didn't let the crowd get into the game. We started right in the first quarter being physical with Dirk, making sure Jason Terry didn't get off, and didn't let their other guys get a rhythm. We played with confidence. Unfortunately, Brandon got hurt that game, but we gave enough effort to get a win last time.
Well, a memorable game it was, as I mentioned earlier, for a lot of reasons, and one of them not so good. That's the game where Joel Prisbilla went down for the season. And Brandon Roy hurt his shoulder, as you heard Monty say, and Brandon missed the next game, which was the next night in San Antonio. Portland won them both, one here and one in San Antonio. And it would be something to come in here and win a second time in the regular season in Dallas, considering the lack of success they've had in this building in recent years.
Yeah. And Martell, of course, goes over to Jason Terry. The Seattle guys give each other big hugs.
Well, they're cousins.
Yeah.
You see the matchup of the numbers. 101 a game for Dallas, and again, they scored just 81 at home the first time these teams played.
Yeah, they just had a miserable offensive game because the Blazers did a nice job on Jason Kidd. J.J. Barea was the guy that hurt him, and he's the guy I'm worried about tonight because he'll be coming off the bench. Usually it's Jason Terry, who's top 5 in a lot of categories when he was coming off the bench. They're 3-2 with him as a starter.
And Jason Kidd has added some things to his game here late in his career, but Kidd shooting 41% from behind the three-point line. He's always been a decent three-point shooter, but never a threat like that.
Yeah, and well, if you look at active players, he's number 3 of all the players in the NBA at three-pointers made. A lot of it has to do with he's played 100 years, but he can make the 3. I think the key here tonight is Sean Marion. Sean Marion, some nights very, very active, other nights not active at all. So we'll keep an eye on him early.
We try to set up Marion inside against Webster as the first option in this offensive set. And Marion flips it in. Marion averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds a game. Not the threat, the triple threat he was, the matrix like he was in Phoenix.
Yeah, he had a terrible game against Phoenix. He missed a layup at the end that would have won the game for him. He really short-armed his shot.
Aldridge kind of pulled Dampier out of the middle. Throws it up short. And in that first meeting, neither team shot well, and Portland used that to their advantage. Dallas shot was 39%. Portland just 41%. But Dirk Nowitzki had a good game in that night and certainly kept Dallas in it with a big 3 late when Portland was trying to pull away.
Well, they have all the pieces. Drew Gooden, they added. I'm always a little shaky of him. He's played with 6 teams in 7 years. So, but, you know, and Sean Marion, they added those 2.
Portland needs Andre Miller. They need Martell Webster to have good shooting nights. Clock is down to 3. Martell, tough, too. And it's off the mark. As Webster last night 1 of 7. Another shot for Dallas falls. And Andre Miller was 1 for 6.
And I knew they'd come out trying to run tonight. As you said, the Blazers didn't shoot well the other night. 1 for 6 for Andre, and Webster didn't have a good game.
Martell tries to beat Dampier to the rim and is fouled. So free throws coming. Of course, it was 7-2 last night, Houston. Early on, and the Blazers then rebounded to take a 10-point lead after the first quarter.
The teams that do not do well against Dallas don't get to the foul line. They're a team that doesn't foul. They kind of use their length. Sean Marion with his arms at the small forward spot. Kidd will always take the best guard and let Jason Terry take the weaker of the 2. And they make you become an outside shooting team, so you usually don't beat them from the foul line. If you can pound the ball in and get them to foul, that's where you beat the Dallas Mavs. And I don't know if Blazers can do that tonight or not, get to the foul line a lot.
And Martell hits a pair.
Unless number 7 comes through the exit.
Lob to Marion. And in the old days, Marion would have caught that, then a chin up and dunk.
That's right. There's a difference.
Here's Howard, foul line, throws it up long. Blazers start the game 0 for 4 from the field. Lob inside, Dampier at the rim, misses that. Rebound, Webster. Boy, a couple of Blazers came together. Martell got to tie his shoe. Still at the other end, so Portland played 4 on 5. Howard, nice drop to Aldridge. Maybe 4 on 5 is the way to go.
I'll tell you, because he has made that shot, he's shooting over 54%. Juwan Howard, they came out on him. Nice pump fake and dribble. Maybe he'll be our point guard.
Here's Nowitzki to Kidd. Shot clock is down to 6. There's the long shot for Kidd. Missed it short, and the rebound taken by Aldridge. So Portland, just like last night, trying to recover from at least an initial poor start in the first couple of minutes. Here's Aldridge, foul line. The Dallas native has it rim off. And Marcus 1 for 3 to start this ball game. Bad pass. Kidd inside to Dampier. And Jared Bayless 3 on 2. Takes it right at Dirk and scores. And down go both Nowitzki and Bayless. Nowitzki up slow, but looks like he's all right. Short jumper. Rebound over the head of Dampier, and Dallas grabs it. Portland would have been off to the races. Here's Terry, short pull-up bank shot.
Seems as if the Blazers like to run tonight, but no one's going after the ball. There's another rebound that actually hit the ground after it was shot. Can't win on the road unless you're fine-tuned as a group together.
Aldridge again, this time a foul line jumper, and he's not going down. He's getting quality looks, shots he normally makes, but he's 1 for 4. Here's Nowitzki, catch and shoot for 2.
And they're not having that same trouble as the Blazers. Blazers want to establish LaMarcus inside, but I think he's got to take a couple to the rim to try to at least get some little foul action in there.
Oh, and that Andre Miller needed that, as odd as that sounds, but he has been struggling for everything outside of about 10 feet.
And don't think they didn't know it. Look, they went behind the pick and roll and gave him almost a foul shot.
Marion, a floater over Webster off the mark, and the rebound taken by Howard.
Blazers have gotten back into the flow of the game now. They were a little shell-shocked when they were down 6-0.
And there's Andre again. Nice to see. A couple straight shots.
Boy, and Lamarcus just whacked Dirk Nowitzki right on the head.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Don't get him upset. Remember, we got a couple All-Stars upset earlier.
Pass to Marion at the rim. High-low look from Nowitzki down low.
Well, that's what makes Nate cringe, the points in the paint. This ball club, when they lose, they get beat real bad on points in the paint.
Bayless had that tip back to him by Howard. Shot clock at 10. Andre Miller's hit a couple straight, tries another one and hits again.
It's one of those nights for Andre. Now they'll have to come out and play him. That's when he gets to the rim. That's a really good thing for the Blazers. It opens it up a little bit.
And Portland tied. Now look for the lead. Webster trying to beat Marion to the rim, and he jams.
There would have been a time that Marion would have tried to block that dunk. No longer.
And the Blazers, despite the slow start, just like last night, come roaring right back. And at nearly the halfway point of this first quarter, Portland uses an 8-2 run to take their first lead.
Conventional automotive frames absorb energy, but this one does more. It collapses in some areas while staying rigid in others to help redirect energy around the cabin and away from you. The ACE body structure in the Acura MDX. The most innovative thinking you'll find in an Acura.
Coming up on Rip City Live.
Hi, I'm Ian Furness along with Laura Green. Rip City Live comes at you on February 1st with the Bobcats in town. And Laura, the playoff push is officially underway.
It is officially underway. The race in the West tighter than ever. We'll take a look as the Blazers make that final run.
All coming up Monday on Comcast Sportsnet.
Rip City, baby.
A couple years ago, Les Schwab saved my 4th of July. My tire had blown out on the freeway. Luckily, the tow truck driver was able to call the manager of a Les Schwab tire center. And while I know this might not happen every day, Bruce Ward arrived and opened the store.
Hi there.
I was so impressed, especially when I found out Bruce left a family barbecue to help.
Happy 4th, Nancy.
If there's such a thing as an award for awesomeness, Bruce deserves a bunch of them. I'm Nancy Schutz, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
On.
Well, what a difference a guard hitting an outside shot will make for Portland. Andre Miller, 6 of the 8 points in the run, and that'll make life so much easier on LaMarcus Aldridge inside.
Yeah, it allows Andre Miller to do something.
Well, season ticket holders, check Rip City United often for your chance to win great prizes exclusively for season ticket holders. Be the next honorary game captain, have your seat location upgraded, win some autographed merchandise, and more. Log on to Rip City United on Trailblazers.com, and you could be the next big winner.
Well, you know, you mentioned about Andre Miller. The last 3 games, I wasn't going to mention this, but since he started out hot tonight, as you see Martell getting that breakaway, Andre Miller, 16% shooting, averaging 5 points per game. Now, he does have 6 assists in those 3 games, but 16%. And that's why they're playing way off him tonight. They look at scouting tape in the last 3 games, and he's come out of that slump.
Blazers started 0 for 4 shooting, but now have hit 6 of 8. There's that 3-pointer by Kidd. We talked about it a moment ago. He had a foot on the line here. They score it a long 2. And again, Kidd has always had the ability to hit the 3, but never at a clip like this.
Yeah, what he does, he makes a lot of threes, as I said earlier. He's number 5 all time not just active players in today's game, all time in 3-point field goals made.
Wow.
So he,
when you think about Martell Webster, how many he hits.
Yeah.
Martell has 91 for the season. Kidd has 88.
Yeah, and that just goes to show you. Oh.
Portland turns it over. Bayless trying to go to Howard inside, and here's Marion.
And if Kidd does that, he becomes really, you got to go out on him, and that's when he goes around you and starts dishing.
Kidd back to Nowitzki. That's off the mark this time, and the rebound, Juwan Howard inside. That long two by Nowitzki when he has room to set up. It's normally a layup.
Yeah, usually you go back on defense on that one.
Miller to Howard. Steve Lake to the table. Will check in next dead ball. Andre Miller this time a little short, and the rebound taken by Nowitzki.
That's how you play defense when Dampier sets a pick. You don't worry about him. You get the man that's dribbling. But when Nowitzki sets a pick, you have to play the defense completely different.
Bayless along two, and he hits that from Miller as Pendergraft will check in along with Blake next dead ball. Dallas, we mentioned during the East Coast road trip last week, Dallas was right on our tails following us and had some success, but again, they lost in Philadelphia where Portland won. And they went to Phoenix and lost on Thursday. And sandwiched between the Sixer loss where it wins at New York and home against Milwaukee, but they haven't been blowing people out, and I get the feeling Rick Carlisle not terribly satisfied with what he's seen as of late.
Yeah, it's just Dallas is kind of up and down like almost everybody in the West.
Aldridge takes it to the middle and scores over Dampier.
Now see, because the Blazers made a couple of outside shots, Bayless and Andre Miller, that left space in the middle for LaMarcus Aldridge to maneuver. Boy, look out here.
Nowitzki trying to pass out of it. I don't think that was intended for Dampier. Then Aldridge gets the steal. Picked up by Bayless. Those quick hands of LaMarcus Aldridge. Bayless moving around a pick, kind of using Nowitzki as a pick as Kidd was trying to chase it.
Yeah.
And Bayless drops that down.
They're going to have to start going outside the pick and rolls. That'll leave LaMarcus and Juwan Howard open if they pop outside on the pick and roll. So good shooting by Blazer guards. We haven't seen that on this road trip.
Terry open three. We talked about Kidd's three-point shooting. Terry shooting 35%, but he's got 77 of them this season.
Yeah.
And Blazers going to take a timeout here with 3:05 left in the opening quarter. As Jason Kidd trying to go under that pick, and we mentioned Bayless almost using Nowitzki as a little bit of a pick right there.
Yeah.
And hitting the jumper. Blazers by one. And back here in Dallas, the Trailblazers by one. 3:05 left. Well, Blazers shooting 56%. Dallas the exact same thing. Both teams 9 for 16. Blazers have hit their last three. As we get you the Aflac trivia question. Who has the Blazer opponent record for points scored in a playoff game? We talked about Blazer playoff points last night.
All right. Which team playing against the Blazers? Okay, I have to dig into my memory bank. Says Josh Howard comes into the game. He was a starter, and when they first put him on the bench 5 games ago, he said, I really don't know how to come in the game and be like Jason Terry, who would heat it up, spark us on offense. Yeah. I'm not sure how to do that. Early in his career, he was a stopper, a defensive stopper. And then he started playing more offense. Then he got a contract.
Barea in as well.
Oh, I dread that. He hurts the Blazers.
Blake and Pendergraft in there for Portland. Miller, the cutter, gets hit. Thought he was fouled. He barks at Brian Forty about it, but to no avail. And now Andre wants it against Barea. This should be advantage Andre, obviously. They bring Dampier. Oh, nice pass. Blake to Pendergraft, and he jams.
Pendergraft has to make himself available. Dampier's leaving to double team anybody that pick and rolls or post up. So the big guys got to get open.
And if they're going to double down with Dampier on every time Andre Miller tries to post up Berea, his kid sets his feet for a three off the mark. Pendergraft maybe a little shove in the back on Dampier. Portland tries to bust out of it. They throw it away.
Yeah, no alley-oop. You got to throw it up in the air for a guy like Martell or Nicholas.
Nowitzki over Aldridge. Around and out. Rebound taken by Miller.
Now it looks like the Dallas team the first time these teams played.
That ball knocked away by Jason Kidd. Drew Gooden checks in for the Mavs. And Dampier will set down, so they get a little smaller, but Gooden a little more active and gives them some perimeter offense.
Yes, and now they won't be able to help off Dampier as much. As you see right there, Dampier was out helping out.
Nicholas Batum to the table will check in next dead ball.
And Gooden won't let L.A. get the ball as easy as Dampier did.
Andre Miller, tough fadeaway shot over Kidd, and Andre has brought the shooting touch early in this game tonight as he has 8 points on 4 of 8 shooting.
And they quickly took Berea off Andre Miller, put him on Blake, and still Miller scored in the middle on Kidd.
Howard has that rebound off the back of the iron, and Martell Webster grabs it for Portland. Minute 20 for the quarter. Pendergraft asking for the ball in that low block. It's Kidd on him. That's nice to see. Blake cuts baseline meanwhile. Everyone paying attention to Pendergraft, and that one rims off. And Dirk Nowitzki stays behind to unhook the Blazers net. That's awfully nice of him. Meanwhile, the Mavs miss, and here comes Portland the other way.
They got a one-man advantage. Berea does get back. Pendergraft setting a lot of picks in there. That's a good thing.
Miller called for the offensive foul, and Andre knew it.
Yeah.
But you can see the attention being paid to that matchup by Dallas. Take a look.
Yeah, and that's, see, he's scored.
Look at all the Mavs in the area.
Yeah. And Andre knows if he wasn't off balance, he would have hit Martell, who was wide open at the top, and he said, it's good to see him smile, because I like Andre Miller when he's playing hard basketball. I want to see him enjoy it. Tonight, he's scoring tonight, too, so who wouldn't enjoy it? He's having a great
reason to smile.
Yeah, great night.
Berea baseline, Rudy in there for Portland. Ooh, Pendergraft races it off the backboard. Blazers a quick 3-on-2. Blake down inside to Aldridge, and that's goaltending. Give the assist to Blake, the bucket to L.A. He's got 6. And a little good end-to-end defense to offense for Portland.
I was just going to say, I know you like it, MB, when they get up and down in transition. The Blazers are pushing that ball.
And they did it off a block shot. Yeah. And that's something they, without Prisbilla and Oden, they just don't have anymore.
Yeah, it was
Pendergraft saying, hold on a second. We still have a little bit of it.
No, we only average 4 a game without the 2 big guys. So that's number 30 in the NBA. So we're not blocking a lot of shots. It was good to see.
Shot clock at 2. Berea forces one up, missed it. Gooden is there to tip it up and in. Rudy was on that side, and Gooden able to get inside. 1 second for the quarter, and that'll do it. Rudy nails the 3, but it was well after the horn. But again, as was the case last night in Houston, a good first quarter for the road team. Now it's about putting 3 more of those together, and Portland will pull another upset win here in Dallas. Blazers lead it after 1, 26-21 here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Yeah! Radical! Totally awesome! Dude, drive, don't walk down to Firm Funk Insurance. Dude, our savings will take you funk to the future. I mean, come on! DWIs, SR22s, too many tickets? Firm Funk Insurance will put one...
Ah, you hit me! Buddy! Great Funk! I've seen the future of car insurance! Do you know what this means? Honk for funk? Precisely! And remember to honk when you drive by Bird Funk! Ah, you hit me!
You know what 2:30 in the afternoon feels like, right? Sleepy? Groggy? Dying for a nap? What do? Run for the coffee? Grab a soda? But how long does that last before you're back for more? Try this instead. Take 1 5-hour energy, then see what the rest of your day feels like. Sure won't feel like 2:30 anymore. Or 3:30. Or 4:30. 5-hour energy. Hours of energy now, no 2:30 feeling later.
Hi, is Denise working?
Yeah, she's in the back. Can I take your order?
I'm just a little bit more comfortable ordering with Denise. Hey, hi. You remember me? I came by yesterday and gave me that 5-layer burrito. That new one for
89 cents.
Is that cool? Is that still cool?
It's an inside deal for everyone. Layers of seasoned beef, cheddar cheese, and a hidden layer of nacho cheese sauce. It's Taco Bell's new beefy 5-layer burrito for just 89 cents. Why pay more?
I can't feel my body at all.
We know you're hurting. You can do this. Go, 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 go. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
I'm so cold right now.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Woo! That's all I got. Oh, that is adventure, my friends. That is pure adventure.
Well, the Blazers outscored Dallas 10-5 in the last 4 minutes of that first quarter. And, of course, last night they led by 10 after 1. And tonight, lead it by 5. Well, time to think about who that great coach is in your life. Oh. Now is the time to honor that inspirational individual by nominating them to be a Ford Coach of the Year. 4 winners will be selected to receive $2,500 towards their organization. Your Northwest Ford stores and the Blazers organization will also recognize winners with a special assembly. Visit trailblazers.com for details, as Dante Cunningham has checked in for Portland. And Rudy will bring it up, playing a little point guard.
Oh, playing a little point guard. It's Blakey over in the corner, taking Barea.
Stretching that floor.
Yeah, Barea puts a little more pressure in the game. That's why they want Rudy to go against other people.
Shot clock at 3. Does Rudy know it? Shot clock at 2. He doesn't know it. Hit the 3, but it was after the horn had sounded. And that's not just Rudy's fault. His teammates have got to make him aware when that clock gets inside of 5.
Well, Blake was screaming from the other side of the court. But I wish one of the big guys where Rudy was over there. But Rudy, you have to feel it. And normally he does, that where the clock is.
That is the 4th Blazer turnover. Howard, the deep catch, throws it off Batum. You can see players know that Nicholas Batum is a shot blocker, and Howard was reluctant to go straight up with that.
Boy, he got 2 offensive rebounds last night against Houston that were unbelievable. It looked like he was a foot above the rim.
Marion, Gooden, Barea.
Well, I don't know if Dante Cunningham looked at the tapes today, but you've got to check Barea out there.
Get Dallas off balance momentarily, and now Cunningham with it. This Dallas second unit is playing much more aggressive defense than the starters.
Yeah, they're cutting off the outlet passes.
Pendergraph a deep 2, and it's around and out, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, that was the only outlet the Blazers had. You're right, MB. This second unit getting after it for Dallas.
Rodrigue Beaubois with it. He and Batum, longtime friends, both from France. Played on the French national team together. Gooden goes baseline, tough shot, and Batum right in his face.
Yeah, with those long arms, he really, you next to him, you don't think he can get up to block a shot. He just turned that shot right away.
Here's Rudy, turns on Beaubois, goes left and missed it, but he's fouled. Free throws coming for Fernandez, who again, like last night, attacks the rim.
Yeah, boy, is that good to see. Rather than just take one dribble off the pick and then pass it to somebody, just take it to the rim, make them make a decision on defense. Rudy is good enough passing the ball, and he's got enough hops to do different things in the lane. He had that big 4th quarter, couple of threes, ended up with 25 points. Tied a career high, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. And how about Nicholas? His rebounds and assists.
12 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists in 28 minutes.
See, that is a Scottie Pippen. We talked about Scottie Pippen last night when he floated to the rim, but that's a stat builder.
Good and blocked by Pendergraph, his second. Then he runs down Pendergraph and dunks.
Boy, the Blazers had 3 guards all around them. Rudy really bothered his first shot, but that's strength for you. Pendergraph has to rebound on something like that.
Rudy against Beaubois. Took him to the hole last time. Now gives it up to Blake.
And I'm sure Bois has played against Rudy.
Blake turns back. Missed it. Knew it. Pendergraph had a chance at it. Cunningham grabs it. Loose ball foul on Portland. It is on Nicholas Batum. And Nick is saying, what?
They have 3 young jumpers in there right now. Dante Cunningham. You see that good block by Pendergraph. Oh, tell you what, that wasn't a bad move. If that was Karl Malone flopping on there, they'd have given him the call.
Beaubois feeds Howard. Off with the 2. Another offensive rebound. Drew Gooden.
Gooden was with Cleveland. That was one of his main assets. Banging the boards, him and Ilgauskas. Went after a lot of offensive rebounds.
But this game so far is in Portland's kind of tempo. Marion at the rim. That's not the Sean Marion of old. No. Running the baseline, Batum.
Boy, nice alley-oop would have had Nicholas.
Rudy has his pocket picked by Beaubois. Here's Barea. The trailer is Marion. Blake gets run down. Offensive foul.
Boy, I mean, you're sacrificing your body when you do that. Blake checked first the guard, then he got back and took a hit from a big guy coming up the middle.
Watch Blake stop on a dime, set the feet, and get run down. And his bench out to congratulate him for the hustle.
Oh, that is hustle.
And the Dallas bench saying he was inside the restricted area.
No way.
He might have been. 28-25. Dallas on top. Or excuse me, Blazers on top here in Dallas. Back here in Dallas, Blazers by 3 with under 9 to play first half. Steal of the game tonight. 2 tickets in the 200 level for the February 1st game against Charlotte, which is what, Monday?
Monday.
Post-game access to the court floor to shoot free throws. Maybe Mike Rice will be out instructing some free throw shooters. You wouldn't mind staying after, would you?
I'm kind of a dunker.
Because you like hanging out at the arena well after game time.
Yeah.
But the game ends anyway. 2 tickets to the Nike Hoop Summit as well. And that's on April 10th. All for only $99. Call 797-9600 now to order. Some Blazer fans in Dallas here. Quite a few, as a matter of fact.
Do they keep the brew pub open later?
I don't know. You're not a beer drinker anyway. What are you worried about? And Dallas, the rebound off the Portland miss. Blazers shooting down to 48% in the game. Dallas down there at 41. This is what Portland did to Dallas the first time they played.
Yeah, they just kind of kept them asleep, kept the game close. Dallas didn't panic, and then they lost the game in the 4th quarter.
Oh, look at Cunningham come from the weak side, knock that out of bounds.
Boy, that's the kind of help you need. When you don't have Oden, you get really spoiled because of Joel Prisbilla and the Oden. They're the big anchors in that middle. But when you don't have them, you got to help out. That's holding by Rudy.
Now, was the ball inbounded or not?
Yes. Oh, maybe it wasn't. But I thought the ball was coming in.
Okay. And it's not going to be the free throw, one of the balls, so it'll be just a common foul. So they inbound on the side again. Second team foul on Portland. The shot clock went from 4 to 14, though. That's the big advantage for Dallas.
Ryan 40. Everyone holds on out-of-bounds play.
Here's Beaubois. Works his way around. Pendergraph. Jeff gets the foul. They score the bucket. 3-point opportunity.
Now, when you're a young big guy, you have to recognize in the NBA whom to try to block the shot and who to, if it's a big guy out of control, you take a charge. If it's a quick guard like him,
put him on his back.
That's right. You swat it. You teach him never to come in there again. That was kind of a wishy-washy half foul, and so it ends up an and one.
Well, Beaubois, a rookie this year. Blazers 2 summers ago worked him out a couple of times and liked him, and then he pulled out of the draft. Went back and played in Europe one more year, and then made himself eligible this last season. Batum inside. Josh Howard strips that. 3-on-2, making a 4-on-2. Oh, Cunningham sends it out.
That's twice now that he's had his stuff thrown away.
That's the 3rd block shot in this game for Portland. They've all been pretty emphatic. Look at this. That's the second big-time block by a rookie. And Eduardo Nájera, who was acquired recently, and of course the former Maverick, this is his first appearance back in Dallas.
He was a hustle guy when he was here last time.
And he got out of jail. He was in New Jersey.
Right.
I mean, not like literally. I mean, just... Oh, run down, offensive foul. And Nicholas Batum gets in front of Howard, gets his shoulders square, and puts the pressure on Sean Corbin to make the call, and indeed he did, as Andre Miller will check back in for Portland.
Yeah, Andre gets to the table and then asks, who am I in for? Look at Nicholas.
Blake will sit down.
Trying to give Howard a real good rest because you have a feeling that fourth quarter is going to be real big. They haven't had Dirk in for a while, so no need to put Juwan Howard in.
Andre Miller skips it far side. Rudy back to Miller. Open two, wouldn't take it. Rudy tries to double clutch. And it's picked up by Howard. Excuse me, Miller. We have Rudy behind him. Howard then in transition this time is fouled, and he'll shoot free throws. Foul is going to be on Batum, and that'll be his second.
Well, Rick Carlisle got his way on that one. He was up barking about the last charge. And look at Nicholas. He's talking to Rick Carlisle. He's talking to the ref.
And that is 4 team fouls on Portland, and that's big because Dallas is #1 in the NBA from the free throw line at 81%.
81%.
And with 7:24 left in the quarter, that is early to be in team foul trouble. As Martell Webster back in and Batum out. And that's the one shocking stat when you look back at the first game between these two teams on December 22nd. Do you remember what Dallas was from the free throw line?
Terrible.
12 of 22.
Yeah.
And largely because Dampier was 2 for 8.
Yeah, he shot a lot late in the ball game. But that's a gift. They don't do that very often. And as we said, they don't foul very often. They shoot, and they don't get to the foul line a whole lot.
Rudy's three is long. Cunningham grabs the offensive board. Good hustle.
And you said it, hustle. And when you got young guys and they hustle, you'll stay in ball games.
That bench certainly hustled last night for Portland. Pick and pop. Cunningham double clutches, nearly scores, but he's fouled, and Howard got him from behind. Not sure what Howard, if he came, or Beaubois anyway, is holding his face. I think he took an elbow from his own teammate. Portland has only 2 points here in the quarter.
Yeah.
But look at the score. That's exactly what Portland wants in this game.
Absolutely. Just hang around,
As far as where it is, I mean, they held Dallas, as we said before, 20 points below their season scoring average in this building. But 81 points the last time they played in here. Dallas averages 101.
Yes. They haven't been a great home team this year. Normally, Dallas...
They have 7 home losses.
Yes. You go back to Steve Nash when they had him, and they've always been a great home club. And they've always had 50 season wins. I don't know, about 8 or 9 consecutive years with 50 wins. So they do things.
Nájera for 3.
Well, Nájera can shoot, but of course his hustle is what he lives on. He sets picks, rebounds, does a lot of the dirty work. But if you leave him open, he can make it. So you got to go one-on-one on Gooden if you have the ball if you're Martell. Don't give it up.
Shot clock at 5. Blazers got to put it up. Webster with it. Leans to take a 2. Missed everything. Shot clock violation. And again, you're trying to establish the offense way out on the perimeter when the shot clock gets inside, and I'm just not sure Rudy was aware again that time.
Yeah, and they put L.A. and Bayless in.
Nice run for Jeff Pendergraft there.
Yeah, he was active. He even took a shot. You know, we kid him about, you got to look for it. You got to. He said, well, how often does Joe Prisbilla look for it? I said, well, you got a point there now.
Blazers tip it away. And steal. That is the 5th Dallas turnover. Portland was 7 here in the first half. Miller wants to work Beret in that post. Defensive 3-second technical.
Yeah, Nájera.
By the way, the Nájera three-pointer a minute ago?
Yeah.
He's now 4 of 19 for the year from behind the three-point line.
Yes, right.
Not to say it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Not very often. Halfway through quarter number 2.
A sport-tuned, high-flow exhaust system delivers more power. Electric power steering delivers a precise and efficient way of using it. The powerful Acura TL. The most innovative thinking you'll find in an Acura.
Visit Acura.com to locate your nearest Acura dealer.
Coming up Monday night on Comcast Sportsnet, we'll give you an in-depth look at the Oregon men's and women's basketball teams, taking you inside the game, bringing you explosive game highlights, as well as interviews with coaches and players. It's Oregon Basketball Full Court, Monday at 8 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet. Your home for the Oregon Ducks. Game on.
A couple years ago, Les Schwab saved my 4th of July. My tire had blown out on the freeway. Luckily, the tow truck driver was able to call the manager of a Les Schwab tire center. And while I know this might not happen every day, Bruce Ward arrived and opened the store.
Hi there.
I was so impressed, especially when I found out Bruce left a family barbecue to help.
Happy 4th, Nancy.
If there's such a thing as an award for awesomeness, Bruce deserves a bunch of them. I'm Nancy Schutz, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Dallas on top by 3. Blazers 0 for 6 shooting in the quarter. So they don't have a field goal through more than halfway of the second quarter, yet they're trailing it by only 3. Well, fans, come join the fun for the Bud Light Big Game Night watch party as the Blazers take on, well, that would be tonight, against the Dallas Mavericks. It's going on right now. Hope you're having fun.
Yeah.
Talk about the Blazer defense.
Yeah, it's the Blazers, the second unit, and Nate is so good about matching units. One unit maybe gives you a little more defense. One unit he wants scoring from. But when Brandon Roy, number 7, is home, then it kind of, you're not quite sure, because Bayless usually is with that second unit, and he's the guy that can get a shot at the shot clock buzzer. If it's running down, he can go one-on-one. But when he starts a ball game, now you have to find a different way to get a shot with the second unit. And as you just said, MB, 0 for 6, they haven't found that way, that second unit, so they had to rush some of the first unit guys back in there.
Portland still without a field goal here in the quarter. Miller crosses over on Kidd, takes it to the rim, and again, free throws. Any way you can simply stay close right now while you're going through this drought is okay with Portland. And Andre Miller right back at the free throw line.
Yeah, because he made a couple of shots earlier.
Exactly.
They were trying to get over the pick that time, and he just, boom. Now the big guys on Dallas really doing a nice job of jumping the pick and roll so far, but mostly up at the top they're doing a good job. Over on the side, they're hedging, but they're not jumping out, and I think that's where the Blazers are going to have to move their pick and roll to the side.
Andre Miller, the only Blazer in double figures right now with 10. In fact, the only player in the game with double figures. And Andre makes a pair.
Well, that's been the story of this Blazer team with all the shortages because of injuries. They have found a way to stay in games, and then it's usually Brandon in the fourth quarter.
There's Josh Howard. Webster got caught up in a pick. And Dallas back on top by 2. But if you can survive a stretch where you don't have a field goal for 7 minutes in a game at Dallas, you'll take it. And there's the first field goal of the quarter for Portland, and it ties the game at 34. And Andre Miller with 13 points here in the first half. He didn't like that last night very well.
No.
Not only did he not shoot well, but he came out of the game and didn't go back in.
Yeah, and he didn't deserve to go back in. Blake was hot.
Cunningham, Howard scores, and he's fouled. I think it's going to be on Aldridge.
Yeah, but it's Martell.
No, it's on Webster.
Yeah, he turned his head. Martell knows better than that. Up the middle. Sometimes a guy like Nowitzki can paralyze you. You're looking at him to see what move he's going to make. When can I help out? And then he passes the ball, and you're in trouble.
You mean like getting hypnotized is what you're saying?
Yes. Paralyzed, yeah. Hypnotized, much better. I don't want to bring havoc on anybody.
Here's Howard up top. Aldridge, a long two, rounded out. Rebound, Howard tipped it, but or Juwan that is, but right out of bounds.
See, LaMarcus can shoot well enough that they really have to come out on him, which they are. If he could just put him on the floor for 1 or 2 dribbles, man, he'd be home free.
He's 3 of 7 here in this first half. Howard at Howard. No relation, and Josh hits.
Well, now they've found a little something going, and
he leads the Mavericks with 8 now.
Yeah, and he's coming off of picks, and the Blazers' small forwards aren't getting to him. See, that time out at the top, they were able to handle that pick and roll. Move it over to the side. They're not having such luck. Right there is where they're good.
This has been Portland's offense so far in this game, and there it is again.
Side pick and roll. There's gold over there. Get it.
Miller with 15. Josh Howard has the last 7 points for Dallas, and now he's got the ball.
Boy, Martell almost got caught up in a pick again.
Howard missed it. Rebound tipped by Dampier, and a new shot clock for the Mavericks. Jason Terry skip past Howard this time for 3, and he's fouled. They call it a 2, so it's only a chance at a 3-point play. But Josh Howard with 10 now in 11 minutes off the bench.
Blazers used to run a set very similar to this. You throw it to the right side, and they get a pick at the top of the key for a guy going to the complete opposite side.
They're going to review this right now.
Well, I'll tell you, Derek Stafford is...
They've reviewed like 4 plays already in this game. He's just making sure, though.
I think last night he missed seeing any TV, and he's making up for it today.
Well, they are nice monitors. Let's take a look. Right on the line.
Yeah.
2-point shot.
Yeah, he's looking right at it. He just...
Well, things happen quickly.
Well, it'd be different if it was a national televised game and he wanted someone at home to see him.
Are you grumpy?
A little bit.
Because you're acting a little bit.
Right, a little grumpy. You're right.
It's all right.
It's that spaghetti and meatballs.
Something has you upset. I'm just not sure what it is. We'll talk about it. We'll talk it out. We've got a little while.
Yeah.
It was a late start here in Dallas because the Harlem Globetrotters.
Can you believe they played 2 games?
Well,
2 separate games.
Yeah. Play one, kick everybody out, charge them, bring them back in, play another one. That's exactly what happened.
Man.
And meanwhile, we have to start at 8:05 rather than 7:35.
I should be happy. Robert Morris took over first place in the Northeast Conference.
In the Northeast Conference.
Right. 9-1 for Robert Morris.
Wow. Mike Rice Jr. up for Coach of the Year already. Miller goes baseline and scores.
And that's on Jason Kidd.
That's 17 points for Andre Miller. Nobody else has more than 6 for Portland. Bayless and Aldridge, they each have 6.
And the Blazers go into that so deep. And rightly so.
Just don't leave Josh Howard.
Andre Miller's checking the big guy. They're coming over in the zone.
Kidd. There's Howard. That was too close this time. I think he felt the shot clock winding down. Portland 3-on-2. Webster stripped by Terry.
2 Seattle guys going at it.
His cousin with the steal. Terry for 3. Rounded out. Boy, Blazers fortunate right now to be down just 4 the way they're shooting in the quarter.
Yeah. Now Martell should take... Oh, they're going to call time.
Fuller 20. I guess it's going to be full. Indeed. And 2:40 left here in the first half. Trailblazers have led by as many as 7. Dallas right now on top by 4.
Bob Akemi and Michael Holton in the home court studio. We're with you for the McDonald's halftime report coming up. Andre Miller bouncing back nicely from last night.
Andre Miller, effective and efficient, going to the bucket. 17 of the team's first 38 belong to Andre Miller. Here's a crossover. Goes without using the screen, tricks the veteran, Jason Kidd. Andre Miller putting on a clinic early.
He played 21 minutes last night, got held out most of the fourth, only shot 1 for 6. He's already played 16 minutes in this game, 7 of 12 from the field. Let's go back courtside in Dallas.
All right, thanks, guys. More of Bob and Michael coming up at halftime. Andre Miller, 11 in the first, 9 here in this. Excuse me, that's not right. Andre Miller, 8 in the first. And 9 so far here in the second. That would make 17.
And what he's done, he ran J.J. Barea right out of the game and defended him well. He's 1 for 5. Barea has always hurt the Blazers. Now it's Andre Miller hurting the Mavs. Boy, they're still going behind that pick.
Miller splits the double, goes to the middle, missed the shot. Rebound Nowitzki, and now Dallas looks to push. Howard got behind Webster. Score the bucket and the foul.
Boy, that was a late.
But how did Howard get clear behind the Blazer defense?
That's just recognizing that Andre Miller. Boy,
don't know about a foul there.
No.
And it was late enough to where it looked like that ball was coming out.
Yeah.
And I think that's when the foul was called. Then it went in. So now it turns into a 3-point opportunity. And that's the third foul on Martell Webster. And you get the feeling, we say this a lot, obviously, but it's a big 226 in this game because the Blazers trying to survive an otherwise cold stretch, except for Andre Miller.
Yeah.
And they haven't ever lost contact with Dallas in this first half.
And it would have been important to get Martell off the snide a little bit for that second half.
Miller right to the rack, scores again. Took it right at Josh Howard, who came over from the weak side.
Boy, Andre Miller. And Nate McMillan grabbed him on that last time out. And I believe he told him, be aggressive. You're the guy that's keeping us in this game.
There's Nowitzki. They switch it. Howard with 14 in the quarter. Misses this one, and Juwan Howard the rebound. Blazers can run. 3-on-2. Lob to Aldridge from Bayless.
What a catch by L.A. That was a tough pass to catch. That was super by LaMarcus Aldridge.
8 points for LaMarcus. Just the 5th Blazer assist in the game. That's all he's telling you.
Yeah, it is. That was one of our keys.
Howard missed the shot. Now the Blazers trying to put together a little run before the half. We talked about this being a big 2 minutes.
Yeah, a big 2 minutes. Now the Blazers can make it even bigger.
Aldridge against Dampier. Cut off. Now the shot clock at 10.
This is when Bayless has to do his thing.
He gets a double pick. Now a deep 2 is long. And 1 minute to play here in the first half. Blazers trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. Only had 1 of those last season. Already had 2 this year. Nowitzki threw it away. Portland ball. Good defense on that weak side as Dirk was looking for help.
L.A. really has played him well, and when Pendergraph was on him and Dante Cunningham, they played him physical.
There's the lob.
Oh,
Bayless to Aldridge. Well, Dirk only has 5 shots in the game.
Yes.
6 points. Bayless turns the corner. Foul and score the bucket. 3-point opportunity.
Yeah, as soon as Jason Terry goes on Bayless, that should be a big red flag, and Bayless should just take him off that high pick and roll. Dampier, you don't notice him because his stats aren't good offensively, but usually he's their anchor in that middle. Blocks some shots, gets defensive rebounds, bangs people.
Bayless 4 of 5 and 8 points. Misses the free throw. Dirk almost tipped it in. And then a loose ball foul on Howard. And that'll be free throws for Dirk Nowitzki. Ooh. And Dirk 90%.
And what it did, they would have come down. The Blazers would have had about an 8 seconds to get the final shot.
And now Dallas.
Now Dallas
be in a situation to have that.
Yeah. And they'll have an opportunity to score 2 here. And as you said, you don't want to foul this ball club, 80% team-wise.
But the Blazers, once again, successful at least so far tonight at keeping the crowd out of the game and keeping Dallas's fast break at least
I'll tell you,
somewhat in check.
There was more noise in the second Harlem Globetrotter game this afternoon than there is here tonight. Yeah, the
when they
Blazers
pulled the old ball on the string kick,
yes.
or the
they threw water,
bucket of confetti.
Yeah, it was confetti.
Is it the same old thing?
Same
Not
thing.
that it's bad. It just
well, it's it's a generation thing. You always tell your kids, and then you bring them, and they get a big kick out of it. They haven't seen it.
I remember going to the Coliseum in Portland, seeing Meadowlark Lemon and Curly Neal.
They were the best.
Here's Bayless again, cut off. Rudy's open for 3. Got an 8.5-second difference. Shot clock, game clock. Shot clock down to 5. Now, here's Miller. He's had the hot first half. This time it's off. Dallas with it. Shot clock is off. 8 seconds. Josh Howard. It's been hot in the corner. This one's off. Rebound. Josh Howard.
Not bad.
Excuse me,
Not
Jawan
bad.
Howard. And if you're Portland, I think you take this and run to the locker room.
Absolutely. Not
Especially
bad at all.
with, Portland's been having at least one long drought per game. Last night it was in the third quarter. Tonight, maybe we've seen it already. It was in the first part of the second quarter.
Yeah. Keep those fingers crossed.
They're hoping they've survived it. Dallas by 3. Bob Akemi and Michael Holden coming up from our Rose Garden studios.
Celebrating 40 years of Portland Trailblazers basketball. Blazers basketball is being brought to you by your Northwest-grown, employee-owned Bi-Mart. Just right for the Northwest. By Sylvania, proud sponsor of the Portland Trailblazers. By Spirit Mountain Casino, the Northwest premier entertainment destination. By Kia Motors. Kia, the power to surprise. And by Gatorade. It's the heart, hustle, and soul of the Trailblazers. That's G.
And back here in Dallas, stop 2 on this quick Texas two-step, and the Blazers trail it by 3 at halftime, 47-44. Welcome back courtside. Mike Barrett back with Mike Rice. Last night it was all the bench and not much from the starters. Tonight, all from the starters and not a whole lot from the bench.
That's because Dallas defense has really taken away the offense by getting out on the outlet passes. That's why Miller is doing a great job along with Bayless. They're 12 for 20. Blazers only have 5 assists because they're going one-on-one, and that's what you have to do against this type of defense.
Take a look at the shooting percentages in the first half. Dallas at 44 and Portland at 47. There's a three-point shooting. Blazers have been good. They were 8 for 21 last night. Don't have one yet in this game.
Yeah, they're really getting out. They don't have to double team the post inside. So they're getting out on the Blazers. You see rebounding about even, and that's a good thing for the Blazers. Turnovers, same way. That's another good thing for the Blazers. Assists, and we said the only reason they only have 5 assists.
It's been all Andre Miller creating.
Yeah, and Bayless. The two of them, the creators. So if something goes bad with that, if they turn that off, then the Blazers are going to have to make an outside shot. They'll have changed their defense. There it is, 19, 8, and 8.
And those are 3 starters, obviously.
And the reason the Blazers are winning this, or coming close, is points in the paint. It's 24-16, simply because Miller and Bayless are getting to the rim. And that's a good thing.
Well, let's take a look at your Ford keys to the game, see how you're doing there.
Pretty close. 44-47. That's right on the edge of being in the 90s into the 100. Shoot 46%. They're shooting 47%. So they're right in the game because of that. Now, get 20 assists. I didn't realize Dallas would go out and play the wings like they are. They only have 5 assists, but as long as Andre Miller and Bayless can get to the rim like they are, they'll be in this game. But I am sure they'll change their defense, Dallas, and try to stop that. Sag in a little bit more, and that's when the Blazers have to make an outside shot.
Well, there's the Kia players card. LaMarcus Aldridge, the Dallas native, the subject of it tonight. Defensive Player of the Year in the Big 12 at Texas. And of course, he likes the Dallas Cowboys. And LaMarcus's Texas Longhorns were upset by Baylor at home this afternoon.
That's 3 losses for Texas. I didn't hear who won the Kansas State game, but
well, Connecticut lost at home. I know that.
Yeah.
Without, a Longhorns fan.
Well, without Calhoun, their coach, they're a little shaky right now. Oh, Kansas wins in overtime. They'll take over the #1 position for the NCAA as the Ducks won and the Beavers lost tonight.
Yeah. Well, this afternoon we mentioned the reason we had the late start here tonight in Dallas was because a little Harlem Globetrotter action. That team in the green is, what is that? Is that Duquesne?
Yeah, that's Duquesne, right. But no, there.
Same bits we watched when we were.
And it's always great stuff. It's always great stuff. I'm glad that guy had boxers, not briefs.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right. Let's see how they play now and see if they're going to keep Andre Miller from doing what he did in that first half. See, they are sagging back a little bit now. You take away.
Well, if they can stop Andre Miller, at least if you look at the first half, they can stop the Trailblazers.
Yeah. But then I think it'll open it up a little bit more for Martell on the outside.
Here's Bayless. Shot clock down to 8. Bayless crosses over on Terry. The open man is Juwan Howard. Rounded out, and the rebound Kidd. Nowitzki, he hasn't played a big role in this ball game. He's fouled on the floor. The foul is going to be on Juwan Howard.
There's Gooden just coming back from the locker room. He must have something.
Playing video games, probably.
Could be. But you always wonder why they come out, what they're going to do. You can tell in the first play, and you could see they really ran it up the side. So they're going to try to kick the tempo up a little bit.
Bayless attacks Jason Kidd in transition and scores. That is Jared Bayless.
Yeah, if you can get Nicholas Batum or Jared, someone like that in the open court. Oh, and I think the Blazers are going to have to take advantage of that a little bit more from the All-Star game on, the abilities of those two in the open court.
Here's Sean Marion to the rim.
Well, he started the game that way. Martell following him. You can follow somebody if they're going outside on a pick, but when they're cutting down the lane on a pick, you better do some bumping.
Martell open 3, wouldn't take it, and goes inside to Aldridge. Marcus now squares up on Dampier, takes the jumper over him, around and out. Juwan Howard offensive rebound and a fresh shot clock for Portland. Miller takes it right past Nowitzki and lays it in. That's just lazy defense by the Mavs.
And it's smart because he didn't attack right away, Andre Miller. He kind of waited, and then they relaxed. They started looking for their men, and Andre went up.
Foul on Miller here. As Kidd trying to post him up. Now, watch Bayless attack in the transition.
Yeah, see, you got it up the side. Now, Jason Kidd, normally, he's made all defense NBA about 5 times, so he could stop that. But boy, Bayless is quick.
Kidd for 3.
I can't believe how he's shooting. He really has been effective this year. Normally, everybody leaves him so open in the years past because they didn't want him penetrating and passing.
Just his second field goal in this game. There's Andre Miller again. 23 for Miller on 10 of 17 shooting.
Now Bayless has to do a job without fouling on Jason Terry.
Terry goes to the corner for 3. That's a rounded out. Rebound Webster.
They're doing a lot of that misdirection picks. It looks like they're going the opposite way, and then they go back.
Blazers who have been shooting. As Bayless off the glass gets the roll. Portland's been shooting, what, 20, 25 three-pointers a game. They've only attempted 1 three-pointer in this ball game.
Yeah, that's Dallas. Dallas's defense. They don't have to double team inside. Big Dampier's the anchor in there.
Backside, Marion banks it in with the right hand.
Well, Marion really has been their 3rd or 4th option. And tonight, he's taking apart Martell. look at they want to push him away from everything. He can go around him.
Bayless over Terry, short. And Marion grabs his second rebound of the game. That's all. And in transition, Jason Kidd taking it at Bayless. And the foul's going to be on the floor. No free throws here. First foul on Bayless.
Yeah, if Bayless, usually he gets into it. If the other team has shot blockers, he's in trouble on that move. But this team right here, Dampier was away from the lane. Kidd is trying to.
Nowitzki, the cut, got the good entry pass. The foul's going to be on Aldridge. And that'll be his first.
Seems every team is using that flex cut. The ball is.
See, and Kidd is a guy who will get you that ball. I always like when they get the ball, you get the guy the ball as soon as he gets around the rim. That's an early pass, and don't wait till he gets to the block. And that's what Nowitzki got there.
And that's why Jason Kidd is all-time great assist man. Simply because he looks immediately, and he's 6'4.5". He can see over people. He has great feel. Well, you look at his stats through these active players. He's #1 in triple doubles. Only Magic Johnson and Oscar Robertson had more triple doubles in history than Jason Kidd.
And again, the team fouls becoming an issue. Portland with 4 team fouls already. Dallas does not have a foul here in the quarter. And you don't want to put this team at the line and get in the penalty. Portland right knocking on that door now. Oh, Miller again. Kidd on the elbow and a 3-point opportunity. Unbelievable.
Is this the same guy that
was 1 for 6 last night? No.
Or 1 for 8 the game before that? 16% the last 3 games shooting.
Second foul on Kidd.
All the websites they were a-buzzing with Andre Miller. Where's he going? Where's KP going to trade him to? Now it's just
where would you be without him? Is what they're saying tonight.
Absolutely, the guy is he's taken the Blazers on his shoulders and done the job. Look at him yelling on defense. Switch.
Lob to Dampier. Oh, missed it. Oh, Blazers though don't get on that loose ball.
They stood around and watched.
Yeah. Marion missed it. Loose ball foul. Eric Dampier. We go the other way, and there is the first team foul of the quarter on Dallas.
How about Dampier missing that dunk? How do you 6'11"?
I think he was more concentrating on how he was going to finish and do the chin up.
Yeah, it is.
He's alone.
And the Blazers outside guys. They got very fortunate that they didn't score on them. They all stood around and looked because they thought that the dunk was going to be good. Boy, look how they're trying to double team Andre.
Miller inside had it blocked, and Dallas wins it. Oh, Miller picks Kidd's pocket, takes it inside and scars. He's going crazy. You got to start looking at the numbers. 37 is his career high, just in case you were curious.
He's hot.
27 points.
Keep us in on that.
Nowitzki knocked out of his hands and off of Nowitzki. The quick hands of LaMarcus Aldridge. And the Blazers with the game tied and looking to reclaim the lead.
Yeah, and Andre will do this. He'll come back at you. Jason Kidd, one of the all-time great steal guys. For active players, he is #1 in steals.
Here's Bayless. Open look at 3. Long. Just the second 3 attempted by Portland in this game.
Oh, that would have got the Mavs a little nervous there.
Now Marion wants to post up Andre Miller. And he rings it in.
I'll tell you what, he misses a guy named Steve Nash. His career was...
Well, a lot of guys could say that.
Yeah. It was he was almost a max player because of Steve Nash.
Aldridge takes Nowitzki deep, takes the bump and scores. And Marcus, the third Blazer now in double figures with 10.
The Blazers needed that so badly. Somebody else to score in a different way in the paint.
Here's Terry. Drop pass, Dampier out of bounds. Dallas turnover. That is number 10. And we go the other way. Portland very opportunistic off the Dallas turnovers. They lead in points off turnovers 12-2.
Yes, and that is big in this ball game. They got Dallas kind of in a funk right now.
Oh. Moving pick on Juwan Howard.
Offensive foul number 6, Juwan Howard. His
third personal on Juwan. Take a look at Sean Marion kind of selling that.
Yeah. Marion was kind of trying to get around the pick and jumped in the air, and the underneath official, I won't mention Stafford's name.
Back door goes Terry, and he scores.
Andre Miller was trying to kind of disrupt their offense, and they went a back door. Face that big guy. He can't stay.
Aldridge foul. Oh, would have scored the bucket, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
And with that, I'll take a bite of this hot dog.
Eat your hot dog. I know how important they are to you. And then in about 45 minutes from now, you're going to be saying, why don't I eat that hot dog? Mavericks by 2.
This is not good.
Oh, no.
Whoa!
Man.
Oh, no. Come on, not today.
Oh. Mom?
Uh-oh.
Good low prices on what you need today. Fred Meyer. What's on your list?
Fantastic.
Streaking down, dumps it.
For even more Trailblazers coverage, don't miss Talkin' Ball after every game on Comcast Sportsnet, featuring Ian Furness, Dwight James, and a special guest for every show, past Blazers, former NBA and college stars. You just never know who might show up. Make sure to catch Talkin' Ball right after the Blazers postgame show tonight on Comcast Sportsnet. Game on.
At the recent National RV Dealers Association convention, Guarantee RV was awarded as the top dealer in America.
We humbly receive these awards, which are shared by our 300 employees and thousands of customers.
Together, we've built a strong local business that's now recognized as the best in America.
On behalf of the Guarantee family, thank you for this tremendous recognition.
We'll continue to give you folks the best buy in the country on your next motorhome or trailer, and the best service too.
Blazers out shooting the Mavericks right now in the ball game, 50% to 46, but the Mavericks on top by 2. Steal of the game tonight. Swallow that hot dog. You got time.
I got it.
It's 2 tickets in the 200 level for the February 1st game against Charlotte, which is Monday. Post-game access to the court. And Mike Rice will come out and help you all shoot free throws for that one. He'll stay as long as you need him to.
Sure.
And you run for the exit as soon as the horn sounds. And 2 tickets to the Nike Hoop Summit. 797-9600 to order. Talk about Andre.
Yeah, he's been the difference in the game. They don't know how to play Andre because they looked at the tapes of the last 3 games when Andre was shooting 20%. And he has just come out. He was so probably disappointed in his play of last night in Houston that he has just taken control of this game. And with him and Bayless in there together, the Mavs aren't quite sure how they want to play defense against these two tonight.
Aldridge's first free throws of the game. Marcus 78% in the season. Blazers 8 for 12 in the game. Miller has taken most.
What you want to watch for is you don't want Dallas to go on a little mini run and get ahead by 6 or 7 points. You don't want to use a lot of energy trying to catch him. Just stay even with him and then make that final shot. Pendergraft in the ball game now. He's got to help.
Terry. It's a kid for 3. Missed it long. Rebound tracked down by Pendergraft.
Look at the Blazers pushing it up.
Bayless waiting for a Pendergraft pick. Now to Aldridge. Wouldn't take the long 2, steps inside and hits with 5 on the clock.
What Bayless did on the pick and roll, he took an extra dribble away from LaMarcus, and that way Dirk couldn't get back to checking. Good pick and roll play.
Rudy Fernandez to the table. He'll check in next dead ball. Marion baseline, lets it fly, missed it. Dampier tips it out to Terry for 3. And this time Pendergraft grabs the defensive board. How comes Bayless? Right around Terry, scars, and he's fouled.
I'll tell you what, you go up the sidelines with that sideline fast break, and Bayless is coming down on you. You think Clyde Drexler has come back to play.
He just attacks. Looking right past Terry, tried to rip it away. And Bayless, a good finisher as well. And Bayless now 14 in the game, and here comes a key moment for this Blazer bench. The Blazer bench last night, Blake, Fernandez, Batum were all so big, and they need at least half of that tonight. And they'll be fine when the second units come in. But as we know in the first half, the Dallas bench brought a little more intensity than the Blazer bench.
And what they have, Barea. Now, he hasn't had a great first half, 1 for 5, but he's a guy that can really bother you on pick and rolls. And they haven't been able to get back. Dampier and Dirk, really, when the Blazers start running, they have an advantage.
And the Blazers now by 4. Barea trying to set up Josh Howard. He was the hot Maverick in the first half. Kidd wouldn't take the 3. Here's Howard against Miller. Howard in that key a while. Barea for 3. Missed everything. Shot clock violation. Good Blazer defense collapsing on Howard.
Oh, it sure was. And it was Andre Miller once again. Josh Howard was trying to post him up, and they couldn't get the ball into him.
Watch Batum with the help defense.
Sure. See, they spent 18 seconds trying to get the ball to Josh Howard and Andre Miller. He's a lot stronger than he looks. He'll root you out of there.
It's a 10-4 Blazer run the last 2.5. Keep in mind, Portland went a long stretch in the second quarter without a field goal, yet lived to tell about it. At halftime, Aldridge, they double him. Batum gets it back, tried to drop it to Miller. It's Portland ball with 5 to shoot. As Batum in this game, just 1 shot attempt so far. But teams have had a couple of games to scout him and see what he's doing.
Yeah, they're not going to, but that's all right if they chase him around. That's why the Blazers have been able to get some good drives.
Pick and pop, Aldridge double clutch, caught some rim. Miller keeps it alive, and now a new shot clock.
Oh, I smell gold here. Oh, they had a double.
Now you swing it. Batum, moving pick, Pendergraft.
He's trying to do the right thing. He really wanted to give.
And that's not always the picker's fault.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the guy who the pick is being set for.
Well, they were throwing it cross court to Nicholas, and he anticipated Pendergraft that he could set a pick and get him loose. Not bad.
Howard out to Barea. Shot clock again, though, down to 8. Good Blazer defense so far. Barea around Miller, missed it. Rebound ripped down by Aldridge.
What good Blazer defense really was on Barea.
Here's a Batum, nearly a 3. He gives it to Pendergraft. The shot is blocked and then saved out of bounds off of Barea. I think Pendergraft almost double clutched on that. But that's a shot you almost hope for Batum to take.
Yes, but he saw an open guy under there. Pendergraft just has to learn not to bring the ball down before he goes back up.
He's just a rookie.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
Pressed into big minutes.
He's learning.
3:02 left here in the third quarter. Trailblazers have the crowd out of the game, that's for sure. 4-point lead.
Hi, is Denise working?
Yeah, she's in the back. Can I take your order?
I'm just a little bit more comfortable ordering with Denise. Hey, hi. You remember me? I came by yesterday and gave me that 5-layer burrito. That new one for
89 cents.
Is that cool? Is that still cool?
It's an inside deal for everyone. Layers of seasoned beef, cheddar cheese, and a hidden layer of nacho cheese sauce. It's Taco Bell's new beefy 5-layer burrito for just 89 cents. Why pay more?
In a world of economic uncertainty, Comcast Sportsnet is hiring.
This is a dream come true.
This is really my next big thing.
I was born for this job.
You know you're hurting. You can do this. Oh my gosh. Woo!
And through it all, there's still one question that has to be answered. Who has what it takes? The outdoors will never be the same. Wanted, Adventure Host, premieres March 1st on Comcast Sportsnet. Game on.
Hi, honey. Going to the game tonight?
Joey's working, so I don't have a ride yet.
Maybe it's time we think about getting you your own car.
Yeah, right.
We could start with this one. Here.
But what are you gonna drive?
Oh, yeah, I'm covered.
With the highest customer loyalty in the business, Honda owners just want to keep us in the family.
For great leases and low financing, go see your Honda dealer.
Back here in Dallas. You're not supposed to look at that stuff. 64-60. Blazers lead, 3:02 left. This is Justin Hanley at Machu Picchu in Peru. As the Blazers always looking to see where in the world our fans are wearing their Blazers gear. Send a picture of yourself in your Blazer gear to the For Fans page on Trailblazers.com. We'll show one winner each game. As Portland 9 of 16. But speaking of where in the world, WEAR, now we ask really where in the world are Wheels and Tone calling this game on radio. They're nearly up in the hockey press box.
I'll tell you
I
what.
don't even see them there.
Both of them could get a nosebleed up there.
Are they up there?
I think right there. Man.
Tone said they had hired a couple of Sherpas before the game to guide them to their seats.
That is at Mount Everest, there's no doubt.
Portland ball, 10 to shoot for Rudy. Up top gets a pick from Aldridge. Right back to him. LaMarcus against Nowitzki. Threw it up, missed it. Tried to hurry it. Blazers try to keep it alive. Miller goes down. Oh, Nowitzki goes down as well. And now Dirk is getting to his feet. Made that a little more dramatic than maybe it could have been.
Take him out. Take Dirk out.
He went down like he'd really been hurt and then popped right back to his feet.
I thought it was Frazier. He's down.
Inside. Good. Knocked away by Pendergraft. Right now the Mavericks flat. Blazers need to take advantage and build some cushion.
Get a field goal right here.
Rudy. Thought about the three. The little runner. Teardrop. No. Loose ball foul. Pendergraft.
Oh, he looked like he just went in and got a rebound.
Third foul on Pendergraft, and free throws coming for the Mavs. There's the Dirk injury. Oh, wait, no, it's not an injury. And then tries to kick the feet out.
He's been watching too many soccer games.
I don't know.
Give him a yellow card for faking. It's not worth a red.
Here is the Pendergraft loose ball foul. I don't really see
that. See? I mean, this is not the YMCA league. You let the guys play a little.
And Barea shooting free throws for the first time tonight. Cunningham in and Blake in. But Pendergraft has played much better tonight.
Yes, there's no doubt. That's why he's played more. He only played 4 minutes last night. Got in a little foul trouble, and then Dante came in and did a nice job all the way around.
Well, as we were talking to Jeff on the plane last night, a little bit today, he said, I'm thinking too much now. I got to go back to when I was just starting to get minutes a couple of weeks ago when I was just playing on instinct.
Yeah. Now you wonder, with Bayless out of the game and Andre Miller, that the guys that were attacking are out of the game. Now, can this guy, L.A., keep the Blazers scoring going?
Or Batum. Batum floats it. Nearly got the bucket, but he's fouled. Free throws coming. Blazers have missed 4 straight field goals. Mavericks following them there. They've missed 6 in a row.
But this is the time, you can just tell Dallas is in a little funk now. And if you could just...
But they're not building any kind of a cushion.
Yes, they need a lead because Dirk is not going to be this way forever. But it does remind one of the last time these two teams played here in Dallas.
Yes, it does.
Where, you just, oh, man, nothing's happening. But that's a good thing for the Blazers.
That was said very eloquently by you, by the way. Now and then.
I'm reading it off a paper.
The fact that you can read your own writing is a big step in the right direction. Here's Nowitzki.
Get ready to help.
10 to shoot. They do help. They leave Kidd, but get right back to him. Here's Howard. Batum, the long arms, bothering. Gooden just had Blake around the neck. But it's a shot clock violation. Blake laughing about it.
Yeah, well, he had a hold of Gooden, and Gooden just pushed him away.
Watch Gooden come to this far side and look to rebound.
Yeah, it'll be on this side. Oh, they follow the ball, but he just kind of pushed him away. But Blakey, I'm sure, was pulling the hair on his legs.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, you got it.
Blake takes it at Berea. Offensive foul call. Berea flopping the last couple of trips. He's got the loose ball foul on Pendergraph, and now that one on Blake. Let's see if the arm comes out. A little bit.
But Berea has been, he's 16 to 27 the last 4 games, so he has been their guy.
Aldridge. Oh, shot blocked inside as Nowitzki tried to take it. Portland ball. Boy, some big defensive stops. The rookie, Dante Cunningham. And a technical foul on Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, give him another. Get him out of here.
Blazers have him frustrated. Dirk in this ball game, 3 of 6, 10 points. Look at it here. I don't know why he's complaining.
You're right. Dante just came over from the weak side. But sometimes in the NBA, when an all-star, and Dirk is a 9-time all-star, complains, he gets the next 6 calls. We'll keep an eye on him.
I'm sure you will.
Yeah. I'm going to yell out to staff. I'm watching you.
Right. They know you're watching. There's not a referee in this league doesn't know your name and your face and your voice, for that matter. Back door goes Rudy. Under a minute to play here in the third.
Oh, LA's going to take him.
Aldridge backs down. Good. Jump hook is home.
Where was that in the 4th quarter last night? Blazers doing a nice job. You can just see the
quick entry to Gooden, and he flips it over Cunningham.
Nice move by Gooden. He's been around, as I said. He's 6 teams in 7 years.
6 points off the bench. Blake for 2.
Yes, that's the way to look for it. See, now they are playing the pick man. Whoever sets the pick, they're staying with him. They're letting the dribbler go. Blakey torched him.
Berea, they get the switch. Blake's trying to keep up with Nowitzki. Batum comes to help, and there's the fruits of Nowitzki's complaining.
And a little bit Nicholas whacking him. But Nicholas, he had the right idea. He was going to come. He didn't want Dirk isolated with Blake, so he came over to help, but a little too aggressive on a very good foul shooter.
How many teams you say Gooden been with?
I think 6 and 7 years.
He's only 28 years old.
Yeah, but he went Orlando, Cleveland. Every year he was.
It's kind of like that girlfriend that's had like 6 long-term relationships, and then all of a sudden you kind of think, well, maybe it's not him.
Yeah, that's right. I thought for a minute there you read my bio.
I didn't know that was the case.
No.
7 seconds. Aldridge to end the corner, hits it.
Now, don't let Berea come up. Don't let him come up. Double him, Nicholas.
Batum trying to. Oh, Berea gets a look at a 3. You know that's what they're going to do, as you said. Blazers a lead after 3, but it's only 4.
Tomorrow on Comcast Sportsnet.
Wells Fargo knows that everyone has a vision for their future. Everyone has a someday they'd like to reach. It could be saving up for your kids' college, or buying a home, or it could be retirement. That's why for over 150 years, our mission has been to make the road that leads you to your someday a little easier. Seize your someday. Wells Fargo.
Oh yeah, so smooth. Energy drink. Sweet. Feeling.
Do big, fizzy, sugary energy drinks leave you feeling uncomfortable? Then try 5-Hour Energy. It has 0 sugar, only 4 calories, and comes in a small, non-belch-inducing size. 5-Hour Energy. Hours of energy now, no belch later.
Do you remember those carefree days of summer at the ranch? Rich with beauty and discovery? The magical winters? Playing in fresh fallen snow under crystal blue skies? Do you remember that moment in time when you realized that I want my kids to know this place? Just wait till you hear your kids say the very same thing. Black Butte Ranch, bringing families together for 40 years.
Comcast Sportsnet is your home for the NHL with all the hard-hitting, goal-scoring, fast-paced action you can handle. Tampa Bay versus Washington, tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
And to the fourth quarter we go. Trailblazers a 4-point lead. It was 7 right before the end of the third, and Berea allowed a wide open look and knocked down the 3.
And little things, we'll keep that in mind at the end of the ball game. That 3-pointer that could have been prevented very
like the
easily.
one in Orlando in December at the end of the third that J.J. Redick hit in a game Portland had total control of until that shot.
Boy, Berea knocked his hand away. That's illegal.
Supposed to be. Terry, travel through the middle. Yes, and Derek Stafford and Brian Forney say, I agree with you, Mike. That's traveling.
Yeah, that's a good call. Because it could have been an and one. And then Berea complains to the official that,
maybe I make too much of it all the time, but the first possessions of a quarter, first couple of possessions always seem big. The crowd was ready to get back into it after the Berea 3. They turn it over now. Portland needing a bucket. Terry knocks it out of Rudy's hands.
Blazers already have wasted 10 seconds, so they've got to get into it. I'm sure they were going to try to go to L.A. early. Now they need a quick hitter.
Aldridge holding. Dirk hanging to try and help. He gets Gooden in the air and goes under him and scores. Beautiful move by L.A., who's stepping up here in the second half.
Yeah, nice little pump fake and a step under. We haven't seen that lately. L.A. around the rim, good thing.
11 here in the half for Aldridge. And Portland now picking up a quick team foul. They've been in team foul trouble in all these quarters. That hasn't really cost them yet.
Yes, yet. In the fourth quarter, when the scoring will be very difficult to come by, you can't get the other team into foul trouble.
Terry back to Nowitzki. He's got Rudy on him. Takes him foul line. Berea baseline. Block shot and a foul called on Dante Cunningham, and another team foul on Portland. Boy, Dante thought he got a clean block here.
And that's sure, ooh, I'd have to see it now.
And the Blazer bench thinking that call a little late.
Boy, Dante Cunningham really doing a nice job of playing smart basketball in there. That points in the paint that have hurt the Blazers so much.
How long do they wait before bringing back Andre Miller?
Well, they want to give him a nice rest. Now remember, it's a back-to-back situation. Although Andre didn't play as many minutes last night at the end of the ball game.
Only played 21.
Yeah, but we'll see him. There's a lot of time left in this game.
Webster only played 21. Bayless only played 23. It was the bench that had the heavy minutes. Here's Blake. Top of the key, caught over Berea.
Take that, JJ. You know, at the start of the ball game, when they were warming up, I saw him throw a ball in the air, bounce it.
Berea, that is.
And, yeah, and then he dunked it 2 hands.
It was impressive.
Unbelievable. What is he, 5'9"?
If he's 5'9", I'm 6'9". Here's Terry. Foul going to be on Rudy. Third team foul on Portland. That's not a smart foul.
No.
And now the #1 free throw shooting team in the NBA is another foul away from being in a position to shoot free throws on every foul the rest of the way, and there's still 10.5 to go in the quarter.
You got to use your body on that. You don't hold the guy. The ref's looking right at you.
Terry.
See, they're trying to attack now inside. They're not trying to do anything around the perimeter. Everything is in the paint. Boy, look at him come out on that pick and roll.
Blake, pick and pop with Aldridge. Back to Blake. Wouldn't take the three. Now skips it to Batum for three. Off the mark. Rebound, Barea. Dallas 3-on-2. Batum gets back quickly. Terry, top of the key. Batum tips the rebound, but out of bounds to Dallas with a fresh 24.
Slowly but surely, Dallas getting back into this game.
Well,
but they still have the Blazers, the weapons, Bayless and Andre Miller. And the Blazers are once again falling into that funk of not being able to get good shots.
All we have are close games, so you know it's going to be.
Oh, absolutely. That's why Brandon Roy's an all-star. His work in the fourth quarter is tremendous work.
And Brandon, we know you're going to be back soon. We know you're watching tonight. Barea tried to go to Gooden. Blake steps in front and steals.
Now that's big-time help.
Blazers back. Numbers momentarily. They leave Blake all alone, and he buries the three. Timeout, Dallas.
That's why Andre Miller and Bayless are on the bench. The guards are doing the job.
Blake, a quick 7 points for Portland when they needed him most from the bench. Barea says, uh-oh there. Portland by 7.
If your teeth start to hurt,
trust the experts recommended by your dentist.
They're among the most respected specialists in the country, and they're right here in Oregon.
Whatever the need is, partials, relines, implants, immediates or full.
Give us 30 minutes, and we'll have you smiling again.
We are an interactive fishing and hunting show, the only one that's on the airwaves.
You can call in and ask me questions, or when we have these other experts on the phone for our interviews, you can talk to them directly.
And that's what it's all about here with this show. We are live, local.
It's all about you in the outdoors. Can't make it work without you.
And there's nowhere else that you're going to get the kind of information that you're getting right now.
Don't miss Outdoor GPS every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, live at 8 a.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
Have you seen what's new at Next Adventure? Deke and Brian have expanded their showroom with more name brand products at closeout prices every day. Just check out our expanded kids section. Deke and Brian have all the gear you need to make sure the kids stay warm and safe on the mountain while looking cool too. Plus, Next Adventure has expanded their apparel area with even more exciting deals on new digs. And don't miss the new backcountry wall, filled with all the essentials for safety and fun. That's Deke and Brian's Next Adventure, corner of Stark and Grand in Portland. 2 local guys and crew who understand adventure.
Blazers have matched their largest lead of the night of 7, but still a lot of time left. 9:27 here in the fourth. Let's get back to the Aflac trivia question. Last night we asked you about Blazer records for scoring in the playoffs. Who has the Blazer opponent record for points scored in a playoff game?
I'd have to say the Lakers.
No, a person.
Oh, a person.
An individual.
An individual person. I know that.
Do you?
I'm waiting. I think it's Barkley.
Charles had 47.
Yeah.
Dirk has had 46 in a playoff game against Portland. Hakeem, Shaq, and Michael Jordan also have had 46 against the Blazers.
That's
of course, the Blazer record is Bonzi, as we told you last night, with 45 against this Dallas team in this building, wasn't it?
He was unbelievable. He threw it up from half court half the time it was going in.
All right, Dallas with it after the timeout. Trying to establish Nowitzki. He takes the jumper and hits it. And we haven't seen much of that, and that's the scary part of it.
Well, that's the fourth quarter. What they do, it's Jason Terry and him working a 2-man game.
It's only the 4th made field goal by Dirk in this game. Aldridge to answer. Long. They go through Gooden. Takes it on Aldridge. And Portland says, if you want to shoot Gooden instead of Nowitzki, you go right ahead.
You know, Dante Cunningham stayed out on Dirk, and I mean, he was eyeball to eyeball. He wasn't even looking at the play. That's what you have to do. Don't let Dirk Nowitzki get started.
Blake has the mismatch now. Trying to look for help. It's Rudy. Wouldn't take the three. Got to look at it now. Shot clock at 2. Rudy a long 2. Got some rim. Batum keeps it alive. And a loose ball foul called from the other side of the floor out near midcourt, and Batum can't believe it.
Well, Stafford, the other 2 refs had much better looks.
And you said that Nicholas, for being so long, is going to get called for these even when not, because he goes so high over people.
Yeah, he didn't really touch him. He went over him with his leaping ability.
And Andre Miller back in now for Portland.
Keeping Blakey in because Blake is red hot and running the team well.
Barea. Barea 11 off the Dallas bench.
Yeah, he's a guy, fourth quarter, you really have to watch because bench scoring right there.
37 for Dallas.
Man. Well, that's because the Blazers starters have been so hot.
Here's Miller around Terry. Score the bucket, and he's fouled.
And that's the problem with having Terry and J.J. Barea in there at the same time. A guy like Andre Miller can take advantage of that.
He'll take either of those guys down and post them up.
And when Barea starts cheating off to help, that'll leave Blake open. That's why Blake is staying in there right now, because he's kind of the guy that will keep everybody honest.
Andre Miller, a season-high 29 right now. Make it 30.
Whoa. And he's had a nice rest. Good rest.
Juwan Howard waiting to check in for Portland. Another foul away from the ball. This is going to be on Aldridge. And now Portland is in the penalty with 7:39 left.
That time Nowitzki was coming off a pick. They were going to have a down pick. And Aldridge was kind of holding him up. But Dirk was, at the same time, was using his hands to get free.
And Dallas, number 1 in the NBA, shooting 81% as a team. And they are going to be shooting on every foul the rest of the way.
And there's Jason Terry overworking on Stafford. What more do you want the man to do?
Oh. And Dirk now made the first. Nowitzki 14 points. Just 4 of 7, though, from the field.
Franklin High. Didn't he go to Franklin in Seattle?
Dirk Nowitzki? No, he's from Germany.
No.
Jason. Here's Miller. Back to Blake. Spots up for another 3. Good again.
And that's what happens when Blakey's your stopgap out there.
They're shading toward Miller. Sure. Blake making them pay.
Absolutely. They weren't going to let Miller get inside. And Blakey said,
They just got to be careful. Dallas looking for fouls off the ball. Terry, the moving pick on Aldridge. Barea turns the corner again. Howard open for 3. Gets it right back.
They got there about a half a second late. Good pass by Barea.
Here's Miller.
Andrea back in.
Working on Terry. Fades. Elbow left it short this time in the rebound. Nowitzki. Here come the Mavs.
That's the pick and roll with Dirk.
Barea slices inside over Howard. No, but Gooden tips it in. Portland going to need a time? Maybe. No. Play on, they say. 2-point game.
Oh. See, they're raising it a level. Dallas. Their offense is, you can see, they've got that step. Now the Blazers have to match it.
Miller. Blake. Shot clock at 3. Blake step back 2. Off the mark. Rebound Howard. And then knocked away, and he's fouled. Second team foul on Dallas.
Boy, look at Rick Carlisle. He wants 11 calls in a row. What does the man want?
And Portland will have it out of bounds.
Yeah, next week we'll be shooting the bonus.
Second team foul on the Mavericks.
You know that Colorado plays the piano?
No, I didn't know that.
And he's about a 6 handicap golfer.
Is that by your scale?
No.
Because that means he's an 18.
No. He can hit it.
Andre Miller over Dirk. Yet another one. 32 for Miller.
And the Blazers were spread out, had nice spacing that time to get Andre a little room.
They're going to have to continue to attack because you know Dallas will. Barea, they get the switch. Blake is on Nowitzki.
Now LA's got to go back on.
Nowitzki foul line, and he hits. Tough shot. He wanted the foul as well on Blake.
I don't know if they're going to be able to switch that and keep Blakey on him. Blake did a nice job.
And Jared Bayless to the table, likely to give Blake a rest. He's had a long run here and a very good one. Takes it at Barea. Short jumper, left it short, trying to get it back. Barea picks it up. Nowitzki the trailer. Terry through the middle scores. And we're tied, and Portland needs time. And the crowd that's been kept in its seats most of the night because of the play of the Trailblazers now involved with only 5:07 left.
What are you doing?
Wild Horse presents Forbidden Boredom.
This looks dreadfully boring. Fear not! It's Wild Horse to the rescue.
There's always something exciting going on at Wild Horse. Give the slots a spin, hit the tables, play through our golf course, dig into great food, and enjoy live entertainment. Bye-bye boredom.
Quick, to my chariot.
I call soccer!
Wild Horse Resort and Casino. How do you play?
Hey sports fans, we know you want all the action in high definition, and Comcast Sportsnet is bringing it to you 24/7. We've got more talk, more outdoors, and over 140 games in HD. Trailblazers, Ducks, Pilots, NHL, all in HD. But wait, there's more. Catch Talkin' Ball, The Fan with Isaac and Big Soup, Softy, Outdoor GPS, and more. All in high definition. Comcast Sportsnet. Game on.
We're celebrating with our New Year's celebration at Decana Kia. The all-new Kia Sorento, just $19,905. A brand new Optima, $14,995. Rio, just $11,495. A brand new Kia Soul, only $12,995. Or the newly designed Kia Forte, $12,995. Don't buy used, buy new at Decana. Kia, the power to surprise. Decana Kia, the power of low prices. We want to see you in a Kia at Decana Kia in the giant Vancouver Auto Mall.
We're tied at 88 with 5:07 left here in Dallas. Blazers looking for back-to-back wins in Dallas following an 11-game losing streak in Dallas. Coors Light freeze play, what do you have tonight?
Well, when Andre Miller's hot and they have to double team him, we're going to show you what can happen on our freeze play. Take a look at right here. Now he brings down there. Freeze it right there. Now you can see the double team. They left Blake alone because Miller's hot. Now they throw it back to the top. Good spacing. You see Blake didn't get too close to him. They couldn't get out on him. And Blake, he makes him pay with our freeze play.
Look at the Brandon.
Yeah.
Congratulations sign here in the stands in Dallas. It's got to make you feel good, B. Watch it on your couch at home. You got some fans who brought pictures of you to the game in Dallas.
Yeah.
And you'll be back here for the All-Star game.
Normally it's a picture of me on a T-shirt.
That's happened occasionally as well.
Yeah. It says wanted. All right. Now, you've been going to Andre Miller so much one-on-one and posting up. Now they put Kidd on him. They've taken that away from us.
Miller, left side, off the glass, scores again.
They did a terrible job of switching. They switched the pick and roll. Andre took advantage of the big guys.
34 for Miller. His career high is 37.
Boy, what a big basket that was.
Batum on Nowitzki. He takes him to the hole, scores the bucket. Now the Blazers can attack. Nowitzki went down looking for the foul.
How about a 6'11 guy that can go to the hoop like that?
Look at the three guards Portland has in there.
Yeah.
Blake, Miller, and Bayless. Miller again. He's got 36.
Get up, Andre. Help.
Berea in transition. They lose it. Miller, no jump ball, and they score. They had him tied up.
Oh, little things like that. Oh, man. Blazers had a 2-point lead and the ball going the other way. Boy, look at Berea holding Blake. Better not be a sheriff in town or he'd be arrested.
Here comes the help. Blazers got to make him pay. Batum wouldn't take the three. Bayless to the middle. Shot clock violation. Batum has got to take the open three.
I mean, they worked for it. Nicholas gave it up. Come on, you got to think, Bayless out there. Think basketball. Oh, the ball moves so well.
The Mavericks have been in a ton of close games this season. I talked about Portland as well. And Dallas has won just about every one of the close games they've been in. Nowitzki over Blake. Blazers, you can't switch on it, as you said.
Yeah, you just can't switch on that. And they do it so well in the fourth quarter. Of course, the Blazers isolate Brandon Roy so well. He's not here. Now they're going to L.A. Not a bad idea.
Aldridge up and under scores. Gooden flopped.
Carlisle, you know that's a flop. He knows it. Gooden knows it.
Batum is starting out on Nowitzki. Now, Batum went for the steal. There's Dirk again. This time he misses. Miller fouled by Gooden. That's just the third team foul on Dallas. So no free throws here, and this crowd on its feet. And now a breather for them, for us, and for you.
And Monty Williams grabs Nicholas to tell him how to play against Dirk. Oh, what a chess match we got here tonight.
The Batum crunch time minutes again. We're tied at 94.
At the recent National RV Dealers Association convention, Guarantee RV was awarded as the top dealer in America.
We humbly receive these awards, which are shared by our 300 employees and thousands of customers.
Together, we've built a strong local business that's now recognized as the best in America.
On behalf of the Guarantee family, thank you for this tremendous recognition.
We'll continue to give you folks the best buy in the country on your next motorhome or trailer, and the best service too.
In a world of economic uncertainty, Comcast Sportsnet is hiring.
This is a dream come true.
This is really my next big thing.
I was born for this job.
You know you're hurting. You can do this. Oh my gosh.
Woo!
And through it all, there's still one question that has to be answered. Who has what it takes? The outdoors will never be the same. Wanted, Adventure Host, premieres March 1st on Comcast Sportsnet. Game on.
Hi, is Denise working?
Yeah, she's in the back. Can I take your order?
I'm just a little bit more comfortable ordering with Denise. Hey, hi. You remember me? I came by yesterday and gave me that 5-layer burrito. That new one for
89 cents.
Is that cool? Is that still cool?
It's an inside deal for everyone. Layers of seasoned beef, cheddar cheese, and a hidden layer of nacho cheese sauce. It's Taco Bell's new beefy 5-layer burrito for just 89 cents. Why pay more?
Bob McCamey and Michael Holton on the Home Court Studios. Did you know that Andre Miller's career best points, 37, was set 8 seasons ago? It was in November of 2002, but he had 37. He's on his way to besting that now.
The next bucket takes him there. I love it when guards go into the post because guards hate to be posted. Andre Miller, I love it when they call me Big Papa. Veteran basketball in the paint, late.
LaMarcus Aldridge also having a nice fourth quarter, 2 of 3 from the field and deeply involved. Let's get back to Dallas for this finish.
All right, thanks, guys. 2:39 left. Wells Fargo, the official financial partner of the Blazers. Together we'll go far. Let's also go to the next game. That is Monday night. Blazers and Charlotte.
First time.
Here's Miller, right side, scores again. A new career high for Andre Miller.
See, they can't help out because Nicholas is in the game at power forward. They've got LaMarcus Aldridge as the center, so they're spreading Gooden and Dirk all around on the offensive end. Pretty good move by Nate McMillan.
38 for Miller. Nowitzki, ooh, double dribble perhaps. Blazers wanted it. Batum the rebound. Blazers look to push back.
Ooh, they might have had Blakey.
Bayless for three, long. That's attacking though.
Yes,
you take that.
Yeah, you got to take the open shot. You can't get past it. The Blazers have done that before.
Barea. Kidd for three in the lead.
I just can't believe Jason Kidd is shooting threes like that. I read that he was. I kind of believe it now.
He's 2 for 4 in this game.
Man, I would have let him shoot that. I would have.
Here's Miller against Barea. Baseline, got him in the air, scores, and he's fouled. He's got 40. Andre Miller had 2 points on 1 of 6 shooting 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
And now he's got 40 points on 18 of 27 shooting. As Bob told you a moment ago, that career high was set 8 years ago.
And that proves Bob Akamian doesn't sleep during these games.
No.
He watches.
What are you thinking that somebody thought he does?
Well, he hasn't come up with a lot of good stats like that.
Well, Howard back in for Portland. And who's going out? Batum?
No,
Bayless.
I think Bayless is. I kind of liked Bayless at that power forward spot. They didn't have anybody to check. They're big guys.
What an answer by Miller. And as long as they keep Barea in there and on Miller, that's where they're going to go. And he hits. He has 10 of the last 12 Portland points.
Let's go, Mavs.
They got L.A. on Dirk now. Here comes the famous pick and roll. L.A.
Foul on Blake. Free throws for Dallas.
Boy, Stafford did. Let him play.
With 1:20 left in the ball game.
Yeah, see, he's hooking them up. All right. You try whatever you can to stop that side pick and roll.
And Terry's one of their clutch free throw shooters, 84%.
Yeah.
Dallas shoots 81% as a team. Blazers third in the NBA at 79% as a team.
Well, it's crunch time now. We've got 121.
As I said earlier, Dallas, you want to hear this stat really?
Yes.
8-0 in games decided by 2 points or less.
I take it back. I don't want to hear it. All right. You know, I may even try Juwan Howard on Dirk simply because he's crafty.
They switch and have Kidd on Miller now.
Blazers are keeping it spread.
Miller into Gooden. Well, he wanted the foul call. Skips it to Aldridge. Everybody stop. LaMarcus missed inside. Foul, Nowitzki. Free throws coming.
Ooh. Hey, you talk about a late call. I'll never talk about Stafford ever again.
Juwan was trying to call timeout, and I think Andre Miller would have as well. But everybody stopped. The ball was kicked to Aldridge. Take a look at it.
Yeah, and they did. Look
at Juwan.
Oh, they did to Sean Corbin. He called timeout way before that. And I don't blame Rick Carlisle for getting a little upset. And I mean, he ran right to Corbin.
Big free throws for Aldridge. Trying to give Portland the lead back.
Take a deep breath.
22nd timeout, Dallas. Aldridge has played a good game tonight.
Yes, he has. 10 for 18.
And here in his hometown, maybe a little added pressure if it needed any more. Well, Andre Miller, what a quarter. And what a ball game.
Yeah.
Just a moment ago, when they switched Barea onto him, Andre licks his chops and takes him right to the hole.
Now, you would think there'd be a little more help on a guy that has 40 points, and yet Andre Miller got right because
he's supposed to be this distributor, and they keep waiting for the distributor and not the scorer.
Well, he knows he's hot, and he's scored enough points in his career that it doesn't bother him to score. Some guys score in the first half, and then all of a sudden they close down. Their evening's over. Andre Miller knows the Blazers need his scoring. Now it's so important. It changes the way that Dallas plays if LaMarcus makes this foul shot. So you have to go one up just to have that in their minds. A little more pressure on the shots.
Well, the one thing you notice, obviously, with Nicholas Batum back, he's the small forward who gets minutes in crunch time.
Yes, yes. They've tried just about everybody on Dirk Nowitzki, and Dirk is very passive in the first half.
Blazers got to get a stop here.
LA, you can make up for it by closing down Dirk.
Terry, they wait for the switch. Dirk all by himself for the lead. Well, see, and Batum is saying, hey, you got a top. The Blazers take a full timeout. 41 seconds left. A couple of missed free throws and a missed assignment defensively, and all of a sudden you realize why Dallas wins these close games.
What wouldn't you do while texting?
Dancing? That would not be cool.
Some people have trouble walking and texting at the same time.
Shower? Definitely not in the shower.
I wouldn't wrestle and text at the same time.
What about driving?
Would you text while driving?
Sure, why not?
Here's why not.
It's okay to analyze and be critical.
Yeah, people get so defensive.
What are the Portland Trailblazers? What do they want to be?
You have to calm down. You're not allowed to get excited.
I get it. Listen, I get it. It's not all about you, Bert.
I know it's not about me, but there's a part of me.
You just lit up like a Christmas tree. I am so excited.
The Fan with Isaac and Big Sook. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
Click today.
41 seconds left here in Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki with 24 points now and giving the Mavs the lead. Blazers, they try to scheme to where if they switch, they still have somebody big on Nowitzki. That's why they start Batum on Terry. Now watch it here.
Right, it was big and big. And you see, and the communication, LA kind of stood back, and you're not quite sure if the Blazers wanted to switch that or stay on the same men. They could have easily switched it because it was Nicholas at 6'8" and LaMarcus at 6'11", so they weren't getting hurt by staying with a guy, Dirk Nowitzki, that is not going to miss in clutch time. Well, now you got to go Andre Miller. Bayless is in the game. You could go to him.
And they're bigger now. And there's a foul on Marion. You can't give a guy a shoulder check out at the top of the key. We all know that. Evidently, Marion doesn't. 2 free throws coming for Miller.
Now that really, really was a bad foul.
Why would you do that?
No.
There it is. Just the bump Miller off stride. It's an easy call. The crowd doesn't like it, but you'll see it every time.
Well, Sean Marion really has not been a last-second guy to make decisions in the NBA, and he made a bad decision right there.
Blazers just 15 of 24 at the free throw line. Below their average. As Howard back in, Bayless out.
Well, they're going to switch it this time. Now the communication is in. And they know how they want to play this pick and roll, I am sure, because they had a time to talk to Nicholas.
Look at Terry asking the crowd to make noise.
It's an old Seattle trick.
The clock is set up pretty good for Portland now.
Yeah.
If they can get the game tied.
Yeah.
And they do.
Well, that's a guy that's not afraid of pressure.
Timeout, Mavericks. 22nd timeout. 43 points for Andre Miller.
What's his high?
His career high was 37.
Oh.
He's shattered it.
Yeah, a long time ago. I remember that. Boy, and I'll tell you, now they're really talking about how they're going to play Dirk and Jason Terry.
Well, I don't know how much more you can say about Miller in this ball game.
Oh, he's just been Superman. It's Dirk on one end and Andre Miller on the other. And I mean, he's just getting to that cup every time. And they put just about everybody on him. Big guys, Josh Howard, small guys, J.J. Barea. No one has been able to figure out Andre Miller.
We've talked about Portland as of late and the struggles they've gone through emotionally with the injuries and whatnot this season. And then now, all of the close games. And you get the feeling that if they could just get through one of them like this, which would be a huge emotional lift, it could be a springboard into the All-Star break and beyond.
All right, now they'll run Jason Terry over to get the ball. No, they'll probably get Kidd the ball first, and then Jason Terry will get it.
Here's Nowitzki, plenty of room. I think he was surprised.
He was.
Now has it against Aldridge.
He's going to try to come under and get a foul.
Looks like he's been shot with an elephant gun. No, it was just a brush across the face by LA. A foul nonetheless. And a yellow card.
Yeah, I thought what Dirk was going to do, they were so close, he was going to come in.
Oh, all right, a little brush on the nose. Oh, wow, there is Aldridge. The rake of the eyes.
Hey, you know what? That's a timeout.
I don't see any blood, so there's no blood rule here.
No.
There should be a timeout called if there's no blood.
Oh, absolutely. Sean Corbin, what are you, all Red Cross? Get him out there.
So they're going to let Dirk walk it off without the timeout. And usually... Well, Dirk at the line, 8 for 8 tonight. This to give Dallas the lead back.
Blazers have decided to leave Blake in case there's double teaming on any of the Andre Miller drives.
And Steve's hit some clutch buckets in late in games so far this season.
This is where you might put, he walked all the way over and they took all that time. If he's not cut,
if there's blood,
yes,
then you get the blood timeout, the official stoppage. But if there's not, you don't get 45 seconds to walk off a poke in the eye. And Portland now going to take time as Dallas back on top by 2.
They may put Bayless back in the ballgame.
And Gooden complaining to Derek Stafford, and now reluctantly goes back to his huddle. 26.8 seconds left in this ballgame. And we're back courtside here. What does Portland do? Is it Andre Miller again? Who is it?
Yeah, well, anybody that's got 40 points, you go to him first and see how they've got enough time to see how they're going to defend him. And then it just depends. You put Bayless in maybe for the second up the middle if they defend Andre Miller with a double team, or you maybe leave Blake in wide to shoot the outside shot to get the lead. So it just depends on how Nate looks at this, but I'm sure I would take Howard out of the game now and put another, they put Rudy in.
This has been kind of the bread and butter here in the second half. Is this what they try again?
Yeah, well, I don't think on this left side they're going to spread the court just like you see. Oh, they've got 4 guards in now. Okay, they put Bayless and Rudy in. So they really are going to spread this court out. And Andre Miller really has to be aware, because the guy that will leave his man is going to be Sean Marion. Oh, no, they're going to put Sean Marion with his long arms on Andre Miller.
Blazers have a 20 left. Mavs have a full left.
Andre Miller's not afraid to take it at Sean Marion.
Miller. Hesitation move around Marion. Blake back to Miller. Plenty of time to shoot. Miller, hook shot through the middle. Yes, sir! It danced. And it hung, and then ducked through the hoop.
It
45 for Miller.
Wasn't the prettiest girl at the dance, but it danced.
103, 14.5 left. If you've needed like new heart medication, fans, during the last month, I don't blame you.
Yeah. Jerry, give Kathy a call and tell her the score.
There's Andre Miller. Can't believe that. This is the 19th tie in this ball game. What a game it's been.
Unbelievable game. Blazers.
Both games here in Dallas so far. And Portland will get Dallas 2 more times this season, both back in Portland.
Well, there's 14 seconds to go. Now, they don't have a lot of time to set that pick and roll up. They have enough time to do it. But if the Blazers can disrupt it at all, but when you say that word, all of a sudden you put the game in the referee's hands by if you're too physical with it. So Nicholas Batum will be back in the ball game. You know, they'll put some length in the game. Maybe not Bayless, because Bayless gets reckless at times with his aggressiveness. Early in the ball game, that's okay. But when you're playing a team that shoots 80% on the foul line, you don't want to get reckless. You want to be smart. So it'll be interesting to see who they have in there. I doubt if it'll be Bayless. It may be Juwan Howard. He's a vet that's got a great deal of experience in this type of situation. And they have Juwan Howard in there, Andre Miller, Blake, and Nicholas.
Well, as I mentioned, Dallas has been nothing but successful in these close games this season. 8-0 in games decided by 2 points or less. 13-4 in games decided by 5 points or less.
I think they're out of timeouts, aren't they?
They are indeed out of timeouts.
All right, Blazers have 1. That's a good thing.
There's Garnavitsky in the far corner. Aldridge on him. They're going to wait for the clock.
Nicholas switches.
Here's Dirk.
He'll take the final shot.
Twist inside. Off. Rebound. Timeout, Portland. Boy, see if they put time back on.
Yeah, they got to look at the clock.
And Andre Miller, and LaMarcus Aldridge wanting time back on that clock.
It's a quick timeout.
They can go over and look at the clock now. Stafford's looked at it 11 times. Look at, boy,
it's got to be contained and then the timeout called.
And that's why.
Right there, that's close. Yeah. 1.5 maybe, but that's getting greedy.
That's why Juwan Howard was in there. Experience. He knows they can get a tip. And that's why Nicholas was in there with his length.
They put 2 tenths back on.
Okay, that's enough. Look at Nicholas now. He's right there. The refs don't want to call this. They want, and look at Andre Miller over there bothering him also. They know that Dirk is not going to pass the ball in that situation. He's going to shoot it. So Andre Miller went over just to show Dirk that there's some people buzzing around you here. Now they've got 1.3. Now you have to have Rudy in the ball game. With, last night
he is.
All right, he's in the ball game, and he's a guy that could shoot that crazy three-pointer. Almost won the game for the Blazers. If they'd have boxed out a little better on foul shooting last night, they might have won that game as hot as Rudy was.
Doesn't Portland kind of deserve one of these at some point?
Oh, just throw it in and we'll all run to the locker room. No post-game show. Forget it.
Miller to inbound. Blake flashes top. Aldridge for the winner in his hometown.
Oh, I got a toothache.
Boy, that looked good.
Yeah, and not a bad person to go to simply because it's easier to get him the ball.
Look at this shot from behind.
Oh, man, he thought it was in. We thought it was in.
Dallas 3-2 in overtime games. Portland 0-3. In fact, they've lost 6 straight overtime games.
As an NBA player, I'm always high-fiving teammates and fans. But I can't let the flu sideline my game. So let's work as a team to fight the flu. Wash your hands with soap and water. Cough into your sleeve or a tissue. And if you're sick, stay home. And find out if you're in a priority group that should get vaccinated for H1N1 and seasonal flu. Oh, and about those high fives, maybe we start a new tradition, the Blazer Bump.
feel my body at all.
We know you're hurting. You can do this.
Go, 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 go. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. I'm so cold right now.
Oh, that was brutal.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Woo! That's all I got. Oh, that is adventure, my friends. That is pure adventure.
To overtime we go for the 4th time this season. Tied at 103. LaMarcus Aldridge nearly won it for Portland. Here are the last 3 plays. Andre Miller first. Across the middle, he got the very nice bounce here.
Yeah, and they didn't double him at all. They just they didn't play him like a guy that scored 40. Now the Blazers run at Dirk, and he misses an off-balance shot. And the Blazers then this right here. See, they played the guards real close, and it was easier to get the ball to LaMarcus Aldridge than anybody else, because he's 6'11" and he can shoot with 1.3 left, and he did. Oh, so close. Now they got to forget completely about that.
Well, obviously the advantage goes to the team that didn't just play last night, and that would be Dallas. Portland played in Houston, but again, Miller only played 21 minutes last night. Vedas played 23, and Martell played 21. It was the bench guys. Blake played 26, Batum played 28, Rudy played 25.
All right, they're going with veteran, but I have a feeling that Bayless will see some action here in this overtime. He's got fresh legs. They have a lot of trouble checking him, Jason Terry, and Kidd tonight. He's gone around Kidd a couple times, so I think they'll mix it up. They'll start with veterans here and hope they get an early lead.
There you see the overtime records. That's 4 overtime games for Portland and 6 for Dallas. This is the 6th. I mentioned it. Dallas has been unbelievable in close games this year.
That's because of Dirk and Jason Terry.
And Portland was 9-1 in games decided by 3 or less last year because of Brandon Roy.
Absolutely. Mr. Fourth Quarter. I hope he's got an upset stomach watching like we do.
Miller for 3. Why not? He's got 48.
They said, you're not going around me again. No way you're getting to that rim.
48. He's 20 for 29. Terry.
I'll tell you what, that was a big shot by Jason Terry, but he's the guy that'll take a big shot now.
Andre Miller has 48 points. Did I mention that?
You mentioned it. It's just, oh, yeah, take him.
All the Jack Good bumped.
He got bumped.
Rebound Dallas. Here come the Mavs. Looking for the lead.
Boy, Blake is on Sean Marion.
They don't go to Marion much for offense. They do go to Dirk. Step back jumper. Dallas has the lead.
Boy, that shot. Oh.
You can't block it.
Well, he's 6'11". If you front him, you leave a lot of space from the foul line in.
You're taking away. He's a legit 7 feet. Here's Miller against Marion. Another outside jumper. He's got 50 points. The 5th player in Blazer history to hit 50. 50 comes after a night when he had 2 on 1 of 6 shooting.
You can say that any way you want. 50. He got 50.
Unbelievable.
Oh, man. And he's making outside shots.
Here's Dirk again.
Look at Blake on Sean Marion's goal.
Terry for 3.
They got caught. Juwan Howard wanted to switch back. He wanted a bigger guy on Sean Marion, and they left Jason Terry open. They'd love to do that again.
Miller.
Watch Blake. He's open.
Blake to Howard. Shot clock at 5. Blake a deep 3. No, long. Rebound, Terry. Dirk in transition. Off the mark. Kidd follows it in. Blazers need time. three at one end and the offensive putback at the other.
These kids almost had a new community center. A contractor almost volunteered to build it. A carpenter almost worked on the crew. And everyone else almost gave at the fundraiser. They almost gave. Almost. And these kids? Well, they almost stayed out of trouble.
Coming up Monday night on Comcast Sportsnet, we'll give you an in-depth look at the Oregon men's and women's basketball teams, taking you inside the game, bringing you explosive game highlights, as well as interviews with coaches and players. It's Oregon Basketball Full Court, Monday at 8 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet. Your home for the Oregon Ducks. Game on.
It's a 4-point Mavericks lead with 2:22 left in overtime. Well, Andre Miller has been the man for Portland all night long, and that's putting it mildly. There's the three. Only his 11th three of the season. And then the long two. Miller has 50 points on 21 of 30 shooting. Unbelievable. Shatters his career high, which was 37. Well, but Dallas comes right back and takes the 4-point lead.
Yeah, and both teams have been able to get the ball to the guys that are hot. And Jason Terry made a big jump shot. Dirk makes a big shot. Now Bayless goes back into the ball game, which I think is a good idea.
By the way, the scoring record in this arena is 53, set by Dirk Nowitzki back in 2004. Bayless to the rim. Fouled on his way in, couldn't finish it. That would have been a nice answer.
Yes.
As it is, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, they're concentrating so much on L.A. and, of course, Andre Miller, that the left side of the court, there was no one over there. They're all still waiting for Andre Miller to get the ball. That's why I thought earlier Bayless would be a nice second choice to throw Dallas defense off.
I was talking to Dallas's broadcast team before the game, and they were running down the list as we compare notes. They're saying, who are going to be the guys to watch? And he said, Miller. I said, oh, he's struggling. He's 1 for 6 last night. Don't worry about that.
They're probably mentioning that on their broadcast.
I'm sure.
That guy Barrett, boy, did he give us
Blake out. And Brea out for Dallas. And Bayless one more to make it a 2-point game again.
A lot of time left in the game. As long as the Blazers, you win overtime games by making stops. You've got to make stops in overtime games. Nice 2 shots by Bayless.
17, meanwhile, for Bayless. So the starters right back up there. They only had 12 between them last night. They've got 67 between them tonight.
Blazers switch on the Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk goes to his favorite spot and favorite shot. This time short. Rebound loose. Batum saves to Howard.
It's little things that win you overtime games. That little thing will help. Oh, they got a nice matchup here for the Blazers.
Batum. Passed up the 3. Miller down the right side, scores again, and we're tied.
I'll tell you,
52 points.
They got that 2 points because they moved the ball a little bit, and the defense kind of fell asleep on a guy that has 52 points.
Roy had 52 last December against Phoenix.
It's up to Nicholas.
Dirk spins into traffic. Kidd takes the 3. Rebound, Batum. Lasers the ball, and we're tied.
I shouldn't have had that hot dog.
Well, you're not very predictable.
No. Andre, that's it. Give it up.
Shot clock at 5.
Look at Bayless.
Jawan, 15-footer, and he hits it.
That's what I'm talking about, experience.
Timeout Dallas, and the Blazer bench skips onto the floor to congratulate the 5 who are getting it done in overtime.
Ooh. Ooh. My tooth hurts.
You need some ice.
What wouldn't you do while texting?
Dancing? That would not be cool.
Some people have trouble walking and texting at the same time.
Shower? Definitely not in the shower.
I wouldn't wrestle and text at the same time.
What about driving?
Would you text while driving?
Sure, why not?
Here's why not.
It's okay to analyze and be critical.
Yeah, people get so defensive.
What are the Portland Trailblazers? What do they want to be?
You have to calm down. You're not allowed to get excited.
I get it. Listen, I get it. It's not all about you, Bert.
I know it's not about me, but there's a part of me.
You just lit up like a Christmas tree. I am so excited.
The Fan with Isaac and Big Sook. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on Comcast Sportsnet.
What a game this has been. 45 seconds left. And Blazers have a 2-point lead, 114-112. Mark Cuban can't hardly watch.
Yeah, he's like us.
Last couple of buckets for Portland. DeAndre Miller taking it right at Nowitzki, and then Jawan Howard, the former Maverick, hitting against the shot clock.
Yes, and a big basket for a guy that's been in the NBA 16 years. He's talking defense right now. Usually it's Jason Terry that comes over and works with Dirk. But they've got Nicholas on him, so they don't want that switch. So Kidd may stay, and he may be the pick-and-roll guy.
Yes, Dirk back to Kidd. Blake on him. Terry doesn't take the fadeaway 2. Foul away from the ball. It won't be free throws. It'll be side out for Dallas. It's on Batum.
I'll tell you what.
That's the 5th foul on Batum.
The refs are missing. Let the guys win. I didn't see that at all. But see, Jason Terry, because he has Big Nicholas on him, he's not working the pick and roll anymore. He may right here, but all the Blazers will do a switch.
They just did. Aldridge on Terry and Batum with 5 fouls on Dirk. Nowitzki got Batum in the air. Batum kept his feet. Rebound, Howard inside. Kidd tried to steal and Blake digs it out.
All right.
4-second difference, shot clock and game clock.
You got to get it over half court, call timeout. Let's talk it over. Let's talk it over.
Blazers do. Mavericks have a foul to give. Don't forget that.
Yeah, that's good for the Blazers.
But they're not going to want to take it if the clock gets down 2 more seconds, because then it'll set back to 14.
Absolutely. You can't take the foul to give. The Blazers then can run the clock out.
Watch Batum not buy these pump fakes. Well, he bought that one, but he kept his feet and didn't foul.
Yeah, straight up. In fact, I really thought he might have moved that pivot foot, but it was both Jawan and LaMarcus were fighting over the rebound, but you couldn't tell. You got to go after it. Blake got in there and grabbed it.
All right, Portland with it now. Obviously use the clock, but what will they look for late?
Well, it's, if it was a little closer, but they have 4 seconds, so they won't foul. And they definitely won't foul to give. So they'll let it run down, and then they'll have 4.3, and that'll be a Jason Terry time. That won't be a Dirk time. So the Blazers just can't have a turnover here. Can't do anything stupid. Run the clock and then let Bayless go one-on-one.
You just get a bucket here, and you really make life tough on the Mavs.
They'll be looking for Andre Miller. He'll hold the ball, and then he'll go to the hoop. I'd keep an eye and see who helps out.
Miller against Marion. Here comes the high pick for Aldridge. Miller. Blake for 3, short. Rebound picked up by Barea, 3.2 left.
All right, they'll take it out at half court. And I think with 3.2, now earlier they had enough time to get it to Dirk. And he's 6'11", so, you know, you can see him in there. But they're taking a chance because the Blazers will front him on the side out of bounds, so you got to throw a lob to him. So I think they'll probably go to Jason Terry here, give him a pick, and let him go one-on-one and try to tie this ball game. But the main thing is, don't give them a three. You know, tie game is one thing.
And you half expect that if they have one remotely available, they're going to cast up a three.
Yeah, and it won't be Kidd because he's not dependable enough on his threes. It won't be Sean Marion. It could be Barea, but Jason Terry is the man right here. And the Blazers have to switch everything now. They're going to get a pick, Jason Terry, and they'll want Juwan Howard to switch on Jason Terry.
They look to lob to the rim. They don't see that. It's not there. It's covered. Here's Dirk. Dirk for a second OT. It's over, and the Trailblazers have won back-to-back games in Dallas. Unbelievable. Look at Nate McMillan, a smile for the first time in a week.
That was a great win, and my partner's got to get out of the court. He's got to dive over people. I'll tell you, we always talk about the best win of the year. That was the best win of the year for the Blazers. Most unexpected. And if they don't interview Andre Miller, and he's got to get hooked up, my partner, what a great win for the Blazers. That could change history for this season right there, that game. Don't lose anything in the standings. No, we're not ready yet, but we'll, I'll tell you, it'll be a nice ride home. It's 4 hours and 13 minutes, but it'll seem like 15 minutes for the Blazers because what a great job. Let's look at the final shot right here. Nicholas did a great job. All right, go ahead.
All right. Thank you, Coach Rice. I'm going to let you sit down for this interview. What a game you had tonight.
Yeah, played bad the last 3 games after the long road trip, a little bit tired. But just had to dig deep. You know, we definitely talked about not losing 4 games in a row, and it's tough to come in here and win twice. And it was a good effort by everybody. You know, a little bit tired, but we're still fighting through the season.
Well, one of the positives was last night you didn't play a whole lot. Played 21 minutes in that ball game and had just the 1 field goal. So maybe you had a little bit extra energy tonight.
That's a good way to make up for it. You know, some nights it's not going to be a night offensively. You know, I tried to get myself going defensively, and, you know, they gave me the shots early, and I just, you know, the confidence built throughout the game.
You just scored the second most points in Trailblazer franchise history.
That's a good thing, but, you know, it's even better to get the win, so that's all that matters.
Do you think you guys, as we were talking about late in the game, I mean, if you want to talk about karma, were you owed one of these games eventually with all the tough losses as of late?
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of close games, and I don't think it's going to be any blowouts for the rest of the season. So we just talked about execution down the stretch, the ball, you know, winning the basket, and, you know, everybody, you know, found a way to dig deep after a back-to-back.
Can you use this maybe as a springboard going into these last few games before the All-Star break?
Hopefully, you know, we'll get Brandon back. You know, we got guys coming back healthy, so, you know, hopefully we can finish off right going into All-Star break and get some momentum.
Go let this one sink in, and we'll see you on the plane.
All right.
All right, Andre Miller leading the Trailblazers tonight to this huge victory in Dallas. They've played the Mavericks twice this season. They've both been here in Dallas. The Blazers have won them both. The first time they lost Joel Prisbilla in the first half, and Brandon brought them through. This time it's Andre Miller as Portland gets the win. Stay tuned.